intro of Bosco first. St. Louis. On St. John Bosco, the California champs, the national champs of 2013. And we're here live, streaming across the world on ScoringLive.com. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Veneri alongside Arnold Martinez, Coach Arnold Martinez. And Coach, the number 2 ranked team in the country comes to visit the Crusaders here in the Hawaiian Islands. And I think we have a good one here tonight.
Oh, very exciting to see these two teams play this game tonight. And yes, the visiting team in St. John Bosco, what an amazing group. These guys, I'd say, very impressive in their pregame, and also getting a chance to look at some of their film and some of their practice. They know what they're doing. Very efficient, very serious about football. They love the game, and it's going to show.
Yeah, definitely. And you touch on it perfectly. That St. John Bosco, they come in here, the number 2 ranked team in the country according to a couple polls, number 9 as well. And they come in here to Aloha Stadium to battle the Crusaders tonight. And we're looking at probably one of the best teams here in the island since De La Salle came to visit back in 2002. And we're going to see a star quarterback. We're going to start with the St. John Bosco Braves in Josh Rosen, the number 1 quarterback in the country. And I'm telling you what, we're watching him down in the field. What a special player that we got a chance to watch here tonight.
No question about it. Has all of the tools, has all of the dimensions. He's an honors student every year in high school. He's taken AP honors classes, graduating early, committed to UCLA, going to be there while his classmates on this team are at prom, Mark. He's going to be working out with his teammates at UCLA while his fellow teammates are still graduating. So
he's taking AP classes, college courses as well. I mean, a standout 4.3 GPA student, a student of the game as well. And then also complimenting here in the running back position, another guy to look out for Bosco, Sean McGrew, the 5'7", 175-pound junior, comes in the number 3 ranked running back in California, also the 154 best player in the country. We're going to see a special player in that running back position as well.
No question. Doesn't have the same dimensions, the quintessential dimensions you're looking for a Division I player such as Josh at the quarterback position. But this running back, Sean, now, as Coach says, he's a burner. He has fast twitch muscle. Got a chance to look at some of his stuff on film. His legs are constantly moving downhill. He's always getting positive yards. And if he gets some space, he can blast one and break one open for you.
It runs a 4.40.
Fast.
The guy's fast. He's also physical for his size, as you mentioned. Now, looking at the defensive side of the ball, there's a couple of standouts as well for St. John Bosco. DJ Morgan, a top 300 for his class. Travion Beck, a 3-star recruit, Pac-12 interest. A lot of guys on the defensive side of the ball that can play as well.
Absolutely, and we're talking about ball hawk playmakers. Just looking at these guys on some of their past film, I got to study a little bit. And then in pregame, you talk about the dimensions. DJ Morgan is a man. I mean, the kid, he walks by you, and you're thinking, shoot, the guy's in the league already. I mean, based on dimensions and size. He looks the part, and he plays the part, no question about it. And then their inside linebacker, DJ Willis. I mean, stout, thick, like a little fire hydrant in there, just solid.
Yeah, he's
solid.
Thick. He's at 5'11", about 200 pounds.
Yeah.
He looks like a little bowling ball.
Solid.
I mean, the guy, he walks around with a little swag, too,
no
as well.
question.
And you can tell that player is he's going to come out and mean business here tonight. Well, on the other side of the ball, we have the St. Louis Crusaders coming off a 63-47 loss against Mililani. Coach Cal Lee, the legend, coming back to Hawaii, the Crusader Nation and coaching. Coach Cal Lee, a lot of things he mentioned that need to get fixed up for this football game, especially after a loss. As a coach, how do you tell these guys to regroup, and what do you think Coach Cal Lee is going in there here tonight?
Well, obviously, you take a look at the film over the week, and you get a chance to sit down with your players, and we evaluate a lot of film. I'm a film guy. You gotta get the biofeedback. The players got to see what is happening in the game, what their technique looks like, and you fix the little things. You got to fix from the ground up, from their feet up, and you fix those little details, and you make small improvements. So talking to Coach Cal and Coach Ron Lean during the pregame there, they're both definitely focused on improving in those areas that obviously they were deficient in last week. And we'll see some major improvement, I'm sure.
And it definitely starts at the quarterback position, especially in the run and shoot. Ryder Coons will be the starting quarterback tonight, was 12 of 22, 157 yards. Tua Tagovailoa right on his heels as well, another backup capable. What do they need to do tonight against the St. John Bosco football team?
Well, run the offense, execute the plays the coach is calling. Don't try to do too much within the system. If coach has a play called, you got to get the play in there, and you got to get in the right play. They got to know when and when not to check in and when not to check out of plays. They got to get into the right play. They got to execute it, and it's difficult when you rotate sometimes to find that rhythm, right? When you're running two-quarter. We've done it in the past because we had to do it. And when you have guys that are neck and neck, you want to see which one's going to step up and kind of take the job. And that's probably what this is for. It's a non-conference game. We're going to see some serious football, but both teams have some things. Some serious football. But both teams have some things that they specifically want to work on so they can get better evaluation, so they can get better for their season, right?
Yeah, definitely. And just for all of you, ScoringLive.com, you are listening live here tonight around the world. Welcome all you St. John Bosco fans in California. Thanks for tuning in. You local fans as well, thank you for tuning in to ScoringLive.com. We are live. We are set for kickoff. St. Louis has won the toss. And tonight's very special guest at the 50-yard line tonight was Mr. Jerry Wu and his daughter Geraldine Wu. Mr. Wu and his family are value supporters of St. Louis School. On behalf of St. Louis School, faculty, staff, and administration, we thank you for your generosity and continued support. So support, obviously, St. Louis Athletics. And here tonight, we got a good one, Coach Arnold. St. John Bosco once again facing the Crusaders. The Crusaders won the toss here tonight. They will elect to receive first. And St. John Bosco will be kicking off the ball from left to right on your screen at the 40-yard line. Kicker tonight will be for St. John Bosco. Looks like Eric Daniels down the field, as well as returning for the Crusaders. Looks like Alan Cooey in the backfield, or excuse me, as a return man. Trying to get a number on the other guy as well. I think that's number 10, Drew Kobayashi. So we are set here live at Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. Eric Daniels set to kick off. The number 2 ranked team in the country will be facing a number 3 ranked team in the Hawaii Nations, and that's St. Louis. We're underway here at Aloha Stadium, and Alan Cooey will get the ball, and he will take it out at the 10. He has a hole. He's out to the 15, the 20-yard line, and that's where the Crusaders will start on the far hash. We're going to bring you St. Louis' starting lineup here tonight. The quarterback will be Ryder Coons. Receivers, Alan Cooey, Drew Kobayashi, Cash Sherrill, and Rico Salas III. Your offensive line, Fred Uluperi, Nate Herbig, CJ Leleo, Larry Goes, Quinton Galatera Soares, and your running back will be Raymond Calayon. For your defensive side of the ball, St. John Bosco brings a 4-3 alignment. Iosefo Savalio, Jacob Collier, Cody Lau, Gavin Windez. Your front 4, your linebackers, Monasea Anesi, DJ Willis, Clifford Sims. Your defensive backs, Trevor Beck, Mikael Tolliver, Bryce Turner, and DJ Morgan. Coons will come out of the gun. He's looking back to pass. There's good coverage downfield. He's going to throw this one away. Intended receiver, look like Keanu Souza on the far sideline. Good coverage.
Very good coverage.
St. John Bosco. Very
good coverage, Mark. And I tell you, a little bit of a twist from the film I got to evaluate. John Bosco traditionally played in a three-man front, an odd front, a 3-4. They came out in an even front, a 4-3, and they're shifting the linebackers according to the trip set here.
So trips to the near side, single receiver up top, Coons out of the gun. He's looking back to pass. There's a little contact by number 21. That was Mikael Tolliver making contact to receiver. That was Keanu Souza. The pass intended from Coons to Souza. And there was a little miscommunication.
Yeah, it looked like a little.
Coons.
Exactly. I think also with the route too by the receiver, I think his break, he was a little clumsy in his break, which caused him to stumble a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, he was looking for that seam route. He didn't come back to the ball. Coons underthrew it. So once again, trips to the near side, single receiver up top. Coons out of the gun. He's going to go deep to Kobayashi, and he misses the ball. Incomplete pass right on the fingertips. Good coverage by the stud DJ Morgan, the 6'2", 195-pound junior, able to come in there and put a little hit on Drew Kobayashi, 3 and out for the Crusaders.
And I tell you what, John Bosco's safety could have unloaded, probably with a legal shoulder-to-chest hit. you got to give the kid credit. He just let up, saw the ball wasn't going to be caught, but he could have unloaded a legal hit, but he didn't. I like to see that. I love seeing when players are smart like that, they're safe, and they're not trying to take cheap shots even though they can.
And I like that. You know, that's a reflection on their coach as well. As we mentioned, Jason Negro, defending national champions, 16-0, and I believe there's a penalty flag on the football field. Or St. John Bosco could have called timeout as well.
Yeah, I couldn't really get a number on it. It might have been 27, DJ Morgan, who led up, or it could have been number 21, Michael Tolliver. And I tell you what, the window was there for a quick second, but you see the closing speed of the defense is sharp.
I'll tell you what, the coverage.
Because he had the corner beat off the line of scrimmage, probably by about 4 yards.
And that safety came over, and that was quick. And DJ Morgan, he came down in a hurry from his. They're playing about a cover two, it looked like, and deep pass coverage.
Yeah, I could see what Ryder saw though. Ryder made the right call. I mean, he had him open, but it's just the closing on the ball was pretty quick.
So Noah Aliliato will be punting the ball from right to left on your screen. You are listening to ScoringLive.com. Mark Veneri alongside Arnold Martinez. 11:29 here in the first quarter. No score. St. Louis will be punting from the 20-yard line.
And it's blocked, Mark.
The punt is blocked.
And it's caught in the air. And it's going to be.
And that's number 22 for St. John Bosco. That's Clifford Sims, who will walk into the end zone. There's going to be a punt block. And St. John Bosco, just like that, Clifford Sims dances into the end zone and touchdown St. John Bosco.
I tell you, Clifford Sims caught that thing on the fly in the air. What great awareness. But look at, you can see the protection wasn't quite there on the punt team. Bosco came out with a spread punt return alignment on the front, and they shifted wide, and then they backed the guy off. That might have caused a little confusion on who they were going to pick up.
And they have to know that the line, you know, the punt return, or excuse me, the punt, they need to see that the line, as you mentioned, the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 here. St. John Bosco draws blood first off a punt block.
7-0, Mark, and we have yet to see the best quarterback in the nation.
We have yet to see
Josh Rosen. So not quite the start that St. Louis wanted, but, you know, these are tough kids. They're going to bounce back. They're going to bounce back and settle down here. Coach Cali will get them settled down and get their mental minds right and get back in this game here.
And, you know, St. Louis here, you got a couple things to mention. St. Louis School, obviously giving out a shout-out. I know Marcus Mariota is keeping a close eye on this football game here tonight. His brother, Matthew Mariota, playing linebacker for the Crusaders tonight. But Marcus Mariota, as they open their season pretty soon for the Oregon Ducks, the number 3 ranked team in the country. But right now we're watching the number 2 ranked team in the country in St. John Bosco scoring first. For Clifford Sims dancing into the end zone off a punt block. And they will draw first as 11:19 here to go. 7-0 St. John Bosco. He just joined in, ScoringLive.com, streaming live around the world. Welcome all you St. John Bosco fans as well, and all you Crusader fans as well. So once again, Bosco will kick off from left to right. It'll be Eric Daniels kicking it off. We got a whistle.
So we got an offsides call.
Head referee tonight, Marshall Harvis, will be doing the duties. Got a legal procedure penalty against St. John Bosco. Pushed this ball back to about the 35-yard line. Alan Cooey back to receive alongside Drew Kobayashi. They will be the kick return team, the 2 men back. 7-0 St. John Bosco, if you just tuned in. 11:19 here in the first quarter off a punt block.
And believe it or not, this is a critical moment right here. You got to be able to bounce back from this, Mark. You know, and I think they will. I think they'll buckle down here because St. Louis physically can match up with these guys. They can play physical football.
The offensive line up front for the Crusaders that we mentioned, Fred Uluperi, one of the standout. He's going to be playing alongside the quarterback in Josh Rosen. So that's Alan Cooey. He has a hole.
Nice.
He gets out to the 30, the 35, 40. Alan Cooey still on his feet and tripped up at about the 45-yard line. The Crusaders, Alan Cooey We have mentioned time and time again what a dynamic receiver for the Crusaders. He does it all from the running back position, slot, kick return, gets Crusaders out to the 45-yard line.
And is it me, Mark, or does he remind you of a Darren Sproles when you look at on the field, the way he's moving and the way his legs move, right?
And he's thick. I mean, he's 180 pounds, too, as well. So Alan Cooey doing a great job of giving the Crusaders great field position to start their second drive of the evening. Coons will come out of the gun. Raymond Collion, the single setback, trips to the near side, single receiver up top. Coons will drop back to back. There's going to be a draw. And a big hit. And that was number 4, DJ Willis.
Yeah. Again, just gap integrity. DJ making the read there in the hole. Great downhill fit, what a linebacker should do. Now, Bosco's in an even front again. They're shifting the linebackers in a 4-3, and that time they rolled into cover 3 behind it, Mark. So it looks like they're going to play a lot of cover 3 here.
And Coons out of the gun, double wides to either side. He will fake the handoff, looking on the outside. Finds Keanu Souza. He gets the catch, but he's wrapped up immediately on the outside.
And that time
I think that was Bryce Turner, or that was Anesi actually making the tackle. And, you know, Coach Negro was talking about before the game, Anesi is one of those guys, a ball hawk.
Yep.
He flies to the football and a guy to look out for on the defensive side. Coons will come out of the gun, trips to the near side, dropping back to pass. He finds an open receiver, and that's caught. That's Jimmy Nanuha, the former quarterback, back up to Ryder Coons last year, and a first down for the Crusaders, and they will move the chain.
Great job sitting in the hole. That time they caught Bosco on a 3rd down, cover 3 coverage, where the backer in the flat came down, or the strong safety to the flats came down, and he just sat in the window. Great job.
Trips to the far side, Coons out of the gun. He's looking back to pass. He sees a man, and that's going to be intercepted by St. John Bosco. That's Bryce Turner. He's looking, he's still on his feet, and he will get the interception down to about the 45-yard line. Coons overthrew his receiver on the seam route. Bryce Turner, Johnny on the spot, out of the safety position, and he will get the ball back, and that is a big turnover for the Crusaders.
They just were getting some momentum there, Mark, and then, you know, we have a saying over what I've used for years, tips and overthrows. You got to get those on defense, and when that ball sails, it's a high percentage that it's going to be an interception there, and that just sailed on the receiver, got out of Coons' hands.
So Josh Rosen, the #1 quarterback in the country, will come out of the gun. He will hand the ball off, and that's McGrew. McGrew looking for room. He bounces out to the 45, gives a move, stays on his feet down to the 40-yard line. And I believe that was Tani Tafua with the tackle.
And if you can see, they're going to be in the hurry-up, no huddle, just like Oregon. They're very similar formations, and they'll motion the guy in the backfield, do a lot of similar things.
And that's McGrew. Big hole up the middle, and he will get down to the hole. A simple draw to Galfa Jedediah Lulu.
A 4-3 line.
The tackle on St. John Bosco. And I'll tell you what, that was one of the things Jason Negro was concerned, not really muddled. And some mental breakdowns here. Push it back.
For sure.
Will. Even on the 14 clock. On the man, he's wide open. Makes a move. That's number 82. He's going to be.
Watch his footwork. Great balance. Great throwing mechanics. He has all the.
You got to get here and make a statement, I would assume. And that's up by Seattle. Once again, what makes.
Well, you're putting the defense in an assignment conflict, right? Because normally based on players into an assignment.
Rosen will be on his way into the end zone. That it is 13-0 St. John the running back Bosco here in the first quarter.
And getting back to Mark, really what's happening is I believe in the defense, like they show him the ball, the twing it, the big fella run, and we'll go tackle him.
St. Louis Associations. Congratulations also to Achievers. Senator is going to come up and get this ball. Takes a weird hop. Out. That's where St. Louis here he's scamper. Alan Cooey, he's so
low center gravity.
At the quarterback. Looking for Kobayashi. This ball is going to be deflected right through the hands. Look, Coach, those are the balls that you'd expect Drew Kobayashi to catch. He's one of the top receivers in the country, and you'd expect him to make those catches. Nice ball by Ryder Coons. Good coverage by Trevon Beck as well.
Yeah, good coverage. He was there. However, Kobayashi he had position, and he could have, he should have looked that ball in. You expect that to be caught.
Manolo the single setback. Coons out of the gun, trips to the bottom. Single receiver up top. 5:42 here in quarter number 1. Penalty.
Down in there, even front. three backers, 4-3 with a cover 2 or quarters look behind it, and then alternate to a cover 3, and then come back to a quarters and cover 2 again. So it looks like every other play, they're just rotating the coverage so that Ryder doesn't kind of get into a rhythm of with one look.
And Coons will be out of the gun, trips to the bottom, single setback, single receiver up top. Coons looking, reading the defense. He'll get the snap, drops back to pass, looking for his receiver. That's Salas on the outside. He'll get to about the 26-yard line. Nice toss by Ryder Coons on the near sideline, but that's not going to be enough for a first down. And once again, St. Louis will be forced to punt deep inside their own territory. Credit Bosco, great coverage by Mikael Tolliver, the 6-foot, 170-pound transfer from Mater Dei. We're talking program. This is their schedule. They go with St. Louis, Norwalk, Central Catholic. They go to Bishop Gorman on the ESPN televised game. Right now, USA Today has Bishop Gorman 1 and St. John Bosco 2. So,
what a heck of a matchup that's going to be, yeah.
They got a couple tough games in front of them. It's a bad snap. He gets it off, and that's Avitado is off the side of his foot. They're going to call poison. Takes a friendly bounce and still rolling down to about the 43-yard line with 4:46, 4:45. It stopped St. John Bosco once again. Up 14-0 here in quarter number 1.
And the blocking scheme on that punt team, again, Mark, had a lot of leakage in there. I mean, you know, they got to get that kind of straightened out for sure.
I also want to read, do you have a son who wants to change the world? If you do, visit St. Louis Schools Open House Sunday, November 16th, 1 o'clock at Dr. Richard T. Mamiya Theater on campus. Rosen back to pass. He's looking deep. He fires a bullet down the middle. It's a drop pass. Drop pass over the middle. I mean, what a bullet by Josh Rosen. That was Berkeley Holman, the receiver, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore on the post route. I mean, what a throw by Josh Rosen.
Berkeley's not normally, I don't think he's in the starting lineup. Maybe he wasn't ready for that ball. But he was wide open. Great route. He ran a great route.
Jedediah Lulu was right in coverage. Yeah. Once again, empty backfield for Josh Rosen. He will drop back to pass. Plenty of time. Great protection up front. Finds a man. That is caught at the 40. Makes a man miss. And that's down to about the 30-yard line. That's Anselm Ume with a great catch. He had 3 catches, 90 yards last year. 3 carries, 25 yards. And a first down for St. John Bosco.
What you saw here out of that empty set were the 2 inside receivers, number 3 and number 2 on the inside. Both ran double smash routes in front of the backers. Got the backers to commit, then he ran a post right behind him, down right in the middle of the field.
Rosen will throw it out, swing it out into the outside. Good pursuit, great tackle by St. Louis defense.
Great pursuit, great angles to the ball. Really, you know, that's that quick bubble screen, and that's, you know, that's basically a run play, Mark, in this type of offense. You know, get the ball out quick to your playmakers, and that's essentially a handoff.
And Matthew Mariota on the tackle, brother of, as we know, Marcus Mariota, Heisman candidate. Rosen once again back to pass. And a great tackle. That's Jedediah Lulu, and he will push the receiver all the way back. And that was Gilbert, Christian Gilbert, on the reception. But credit Jedediah Lulu. We talked about him being a playmaker.
And that was the same play to the other side, except to the trip side. Now you had 2 blockers for the bubble for the number 2 receiver on the inside. And what a play by Jedediah. He is really playing downhill well in the flats against the screens.
So Rosen once again trips to the far side. He'll fake that. He'll give it to McGraw. McGraw, big hole, 20, 15, makes a man miss a 10, 5, still keeps on his feet and into the end zone. Is McGrew, Sean McGrew, 30 yards into the end zone, to the house. St. John Bosco strikes again.
And you're not going to arm tackle Sean McGrew, Mark. You know, you had a couple guys there reaching with their hands and trying to just get an arm on his ankle. You're going to have to get in him, fit, and wrap up. Really, the way the play works is on the inside. It's just a zone read on the inside. They're attacking the nose, in between the nose and the end, and they're creating a big bubble. On that play, it looked like 2 of the St. Louis backers actually went to the wrong side, went to the other side to spill over the top where the quarterback might pull. It's got to play assignment football when you play read option. You can't play 2 assignments, you know.
And Coach Cowley, he talked about it over and over again. That arm tackling was a concern for him. A lot of these young guys, getting their first experience at varsity level football. You're playing against one. You had to go and play against Mililani, who's right now the number 2 ranked team in the state of Hawaii. Then you come back and you got to play the number 2 ranked team in the country. So Coach Cowley stressed this week, tackle. Some guys out for some other reasons, undisclosed reasons, but no excuses, he said. We got to tackle. It's just the basics of football. And, you know, right now they saw themselves in the same hole in the first quarter against Mililani, 21-0. They know how to come back. They can come back in this offense. It's just a matter of executing.
They got to get some momentum on offense, really, to get a mental boost, right, to spike up their energy here. You don't want to see that energy drop off. You got to have some type of success here on this drive. Give them something to work off of. And it's every play, one play at a time, you tell them. One play at a time. Win on every play. Another flag here. Procedure.
A procedure penalty against St. John Bosco. 3:14. St. John Bosco up 21-0 here in the first quarter. Streaming live on ScoringLive.com. All around the world. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be here tonight. We welcome you. You St. John Bosco fans in California, aloha and mahalo. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And you Crusader fans as well. Thank you for joining us here tonight on ScoringLive.com. Daniels will kick it off. The receiver, he'll get up to about that's number 5, Cash Sherrill. He'll take the ball out to about the 28-yard line. And Cash Sherrill, the receiver for the Crusaders, takes it out to the 28-yard line, where St. Louis will have the ball. 21-0, 3:06 here to go. St. John Bosco, everything is advertised so far as the number 2 ranked team in the country.
And for the viewers around the world, just so to give you an idea, it looks like they're playing to an empty stadium when you see that backside empty over there. That side is closed. All the fans, there's probably at least maybe, I don't know, about 1,200 people here on the opposite side of the camera. So there are people here watching the game.
There is people. Coons out of the gun, trips to the bottom. Coons will back. Trying to get a number on that. That's Clifford.
Is that
no,
Clifford?
That's not Clifford Sims. Clifford Sims plays for St. John Bosco. That's Jonathan Manolo cleaning the ball. Goes off tackle. Or, excuse me, Raymond Callon getting the ball. He was a little banged up against Mililani. Callon, the single setback. Coons out of the gun, trips to the far side. Single receiver to your bottom screen. Coons will flick it out to the outside. That's Alan Cooey. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet. And he is a tough runner. He'll get out to about the 38-yard line.
Looks like we got somebody down.
And we got somebody down at about the 27-yard line. That's Raymond Callon, who's been battling injury early on.
And the play that St. Louis ran is touche, a little bit taste of your own medicine. Bubble screen, 2 receiver side up there, and get the ball out quickly. You got a little slowdown here. Unfortunately, we got an injury. Pray some blessings on him, and that hopefully it's maybe something like a cramp or something like that.
At St. Louis, we strive to empower our young men to be mindful and faithful in their personal and spiritual lives through our comprehensive campus ministry programs. Through these programs, our students receive a strong foundation that emphasizes academics, service, faith, and moral values. Both of these teams come in here, both Catholic schools, battling here tonight. So we got an all-Catholic matchup. I'm quite sure. It looks like a cramp. They're trying to stretch out the backside of his leg. If you just joined us, 21-0 St. John Bosco. 2:17 here to go. St. Louis looking to pick up a first down. They're at the 38-yard line. 2:17 here to go in quarter number 1. And Raymond.
There you go.
And nice. Good to see him under his own power, jogging off. Raymond Callon back up 100 yards. Rush starts for the Crusaders. Coach Cowley's offense. And how important in the run and shoot offense is that running back? We saw over the years like Leon Wright Jackson for UH. We got, Nate Ilawa, guys.
Yeah. You got to have
that running back.
And then I'll mention us last year. I think we didn't really have a running game, and we had to stay in offense. But you could get it done, but you need the balance for sure.
Trips to the bottom. Coons out of the gun. And they're going to have DJ Willis.
Willis, a little encroachment there, a little excited, trying to show a blitz. And
he has the matchup going against Fred Uluperi. And Fred Uluperi, let's talk about him. He's going to be teammates next year with Josh Rosen on the other side of the football.
He's committed to UCLA?
He's committed to UCLA. He's a top 10 offensive lineman in the country. Benches 225 30 times. I mean, an absolute stud. 6'2", 310. First down for the Crusaders. Coons will pitch it out to the outside. That's Manolo. He'll try to cut back. And he'll get to about the 45-yard line, pick up 3. And just seeing the pursuit and the speed of St. John Bosco, you think Manolo has room to run, and boom, just like that. That was number 50, Yosefo Savelio, with the tackle.
But what looked good was how well the offensive line got off the ball too. I mean, they're moving well.
Coons out of the gun. He's looking back to pass. Trips to the far side. Wide open. Keanu Souza making a guy miss. He's going to drag his feet down to about the 49-yard line. He'll drag, I believe, that was Alan Cooley on the reception. And good. I like what St. Louis is doing so far. They're getting simple plays.
They're getting some rhythm.
They're getting some rhythm.
Getting some rhythm, no question. Get some momentum. You don't have to have a big play every play, but you got to get some rhythm going. You got to feel good about what you're doing. Be productive.
Coons out of the gun, trips to the bottom. He'll fling it out to Cooley once again, makes a man miss. He tucks his head, makes another man miss. And what a tackle. That was actually Bryce Turner, 5'11", 160-pound safety coming up with a tackle.
Great fit.
But another first down for the
Crusaders. Another first down. Again, rhythm. Get what you can. Don't try to get too much. Work the offense. Go through your read progression and move the chains. Get some rhythm.
45 seconds here in quarter number. He breaks a tackle. He gets out to the 25, breaks another one, and he'll pick up a first down for the Crusaders. That's Jonathan Manolo, the 5'8", 175-pound junior, making a couple of men miss. Fred Uluperi, big block on the outside, kicking out that outside linebacker, DJ Willis.
Yeah, what you like to see about Fred is he got up to the second level, right? He got up there about 5 to 6 yards and made that block.
Coons out of the gun, looking back to pass. And Drew Kobayashi drops the ball at about the 14-yard line. And Drew Kobayashi, he went up to the Nike Combine running a 4.540. He's got great hands. He's dropped a couple of balls. Coach Jeremiah Cochran, former receiver for UH, talking to him about confidence. Sometimes you just got to get that confidence going. Drew Kobayashi dropping that ball. But Coons will come out of the gun once again. Trips to the top. He'll drop back to pass. He fires it out. And they're going to call the flag. We're not sure if that's a catchable ball, but Travion Beck broke on it, gave a little shove to Drew Kobayashi, who's running that post route. The back judge throws the flag, and I think we're going to get pass interference. They're going to talk about this one, but it looks like Travion Beck is going to be called with pass interference.
Well, we can base it on the NFL preseason, Mark. Anything past 5 yards, when the defender touches them, it's a flag.
What is
30 to 40 flags a game or something.
And they said they were going to be diligent about calling
about
more
illegal
flags.
Defensive contact. That's the one thing they want to try and get rid of in the league. And maybe these guys had a clinic too. You never know.
and a pass interference, they're going to call it. Travion Beck.
But honestly, you can't make contact down there when the ball's in the air. So there is no such thing as uncatchable in high school either. If you make contact,
they're going to call it.
They're going to call it, yeah.
So Coons will be looking down at the sideline. Vinny Passes giving him the calls. Ryder Coons out of the gun. Manolo the single setback. Trips to the far side. Single receiver on the bottom. Coons will look. He pitches this out to Manolo. That was just sniffed out.
Oh my goodness! Let me tell you, the way they pursue the ball is pretty unbelievable. These guys set the edge. Yeah, they get downhill in a hurry and set the edge and really, tandem block tremendously well.
And that's going to be the end of quarter number 1. St. John Bosco, the number 2 ranked team in the country, leading St. Louis 21-0. We'll be back with quarter number 2 live on ScoringLive.com at Hawaiian Airlines Field.
Hawaii USA's Life Matters Award recognizes high school athletic teams that make positive changes in the life of individuals and organizations throughout Hawaii. Whether it's giving back to the community, serving as role models, inspiring others, or just lending a helping hand to those in need, your team members are actively living Hawaii USA's Life Matters brand. As a recipient of Hawaii's Life Matters Award, your team
Scoring Live is your source for Hawaii high school athletics, bringing you all the action from the OIA, ILH, BIIF, KIF, and the MIL, with constantly updated scores, impacting photos, video highlights, game recaps, player features, and so much more. If you're looking for the best in high school sports, log on to ScoringLive.com. Scoring Live, your source for Hawaii high school athletics.
With over 37 years of experience, Kuroda Autobahn.
We welcome you back for the start of quarter number 2. St. John Bosco up 21-0 on the Crusaders. The Crusaders are threatening. Ball on the 15-yard line. They're going left to right on your screen. Quarter number 2, Ryder Coons will still be at quarterback. Manola the single setback. Trips to the far side, single receiver bottom. Referee calls timeout here. Start quarter number 2.
What you'd like to see here, Mark, in the start of this quarter is St. Louis finish this drive. You know, they had great rhythm. They started establishing the rhythm. Coach Ron Lee with the play calls down here to the field. Ryder really getting comfortable in the offense and getting the ball out quickly. We want to see them finish the sustained drive, and that'll be a huge plus for them, something to build off of.
Yeah, something to build off. And just remember, you know, last year Bishop Gorman came in here. St. Louis was down big. They came back and almost won that game, 49-36 of that football. John Bosco, number 2. The guns, trips to the bottom, far side. He'll look back to pass. He's still looking back, looking into the end zone. Overthrows Alan Cooey on the far sideline. Had a step.
And that's the matchup.
Go ahead.
That's the matchup they wanted to, Mark. You know, they had basically a linebacker covering a 7 route or a wheel from the outside. So, really, Ryder made the right read. He threw it. If you're going to attack somebody, attack the linebacker in a chase position.
And it was a good throw. And, you know, he also had some green room in front of him. The linebackers were drifting back into coverage. You wonder if he wanted to tuck it away. But, as you said, you know, great read. So, trips to the top, single receiver on the bottom. Coons out of the gun once again. That's Manola. He'll try to get upfield. He'll get to the 10-yard line. He gets popped. And about the 10-yard line.
That's still a good call, though, Mark, because what you're doing here is this. We call that on offense as a coach. We call that a slow-down play. You got hard charging defensive linemen, guys that get in the backfield and penetrate and cause havoc. What you catch them with is a shovel screen, some type of screen play.
I remember Nate Ilawa just running that to absolute perfection for the University of Hawaii.
We call it a slow-down play because now you tell the defense, oh, they got to slow them down somehow, right? You throwing a reverse, throwing a screen. They don't just pin their ears back and go. Now they got to read.
Justin Commodore, the tackle, 5'11", 227 pounds. St. John Bosco making some substitutions here. 11-17 here to go in quarter number 2. 21-0 St. John Bosco. Trip to the top. Ryder Coons will look back to pass. He has some time. Good protection up front. And he drops the ball in the end zone. Great job by Ryder Coons to scramble. Keanu Souza was wide open. Great job by Ryder Coons to make a play out of it. Great blocking up front, and Keanu Souza drops the ball in the end zone.
And Ryder's
turnover on Dawns.
And Ryder did a great job there, moving, extending the play, then getting his shoulder square just to get a nice. I tell you what, though, Souza did a good job getting open. That wasn't the original route. He worked back inside to come back and sit in the window. Unfortunately, he slipped on the play. You like to see him make that play and finish the drive, but God bless the kid. He'll come back and make that play next time. He'll remember that, and he'll make that catch next time.
So Josh Rosen coming out once again. Sean McGrew, the single setback. He'll get the ball. Great blocking up front. And he will get out to about the 20-yard line. And, I mean, the hole that he has to run through, I mean, he's got big kick-out block by Matthew Smith.
Yeah. The B-gap runs on their zone stuff here. Look inside here. Look at that cutback hole there. He could have hit it earlier. Okay, so the inside A-gap want it.
Very fast. Back to pass. He's going to scramble outside. What a throw across his body, and that's complete. The number 10, the fumble on the play.
Great strip.
I don't know who has the ball. I think the Crusaders are pointing, and they have the ball. The Crusaders will have the ball, and that was number
6.
Number 6, Jedediah Lulu coming up with we're going to see it on replay.
Let's see who comes up with the rip.
was stripped.
Right there, 20, is it?
That was Algafa. Toa Algafa coming from his backside cornerback position, able to strip the ball, and a little break and a little bit of momentum. Jedediah Lulu coming up with the ball, and here we see Tua Tagovailoa, the really highly stouted sophomore, had a great game against Mililani, 18-28, 200 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. He's going to throw a ball downfield. And that was intended to Jimmy Nanua. He was just trying to get a guy. I mean, he had double coverage up top.
Just not enough air on it, too. It's a little underthrown there. Now, it's hard to come off the bench now in the second quarter. In your first plays, you're going down 45-yard throw, right?
And the one
you got to get warmed up a little bit.
You do. You got to get a little bit warmed up. But
loosen them up with some short throws.
We've seen Tagovailoa. He can throw the football. He can sling it downfield. And he also can run. So Tagovailoa out of the gun. Trips to the bottom. He's looking back to pass again. Flings it out to Kui. Great catch. He will get up to about the 39-yard line. He's tackled and met immediately by Clifford Sims.
And now you see an adjustment by St. John Bosco going to their odd front, which is their 3-4 defense. They have a true nose, very similar to what St. Louis has been running the whole game.
Great throw on the outside, though, by Tagovailoa to get it out to Kui. I mean, just being able to see that levels route that you normally see in the run and shoot. Trips to the top. Tagovailoa out of the gun, looking back to pass. He's going to run the football. He makes a man miss. 30, 25, down to about the 27-yard line, and we saw him do that all game long against Mililani last week. A Crusader first down. What he brings to the table is he has that speed, that X factor.
Sure. He can hit the hole. He sees it. He sees it open there. The gap split. There's nothing downfield. I got to go get this first down for my team. He did a great job there.
DJ Morgan with the tackle.
There's going to be bigger lanes now, Mark, with the odd front in front of him, too.
Double wides either side. Look back to back. He has a wide open man. Nanuha, touchdown.
Nice job. And there you go. There's a spark right off the bat. First drive in. 4 plays.
Tagovailoa, 30-yard touchdown pass to Jimmy Nanuha, and the Crusaders are on the board. Great pass. Nanuha, I think there was a blown-up coverage. The safety doesn't get over. Nanuha wide open in the back of the end zone. Great throw by Tagovailoa, and the Crusaders strike here in the second quarter with 9:33.
Wide open. I believe they were in there. They were in odd front. They tried to cloud to our sideline, which is the corner sitting down in the flat, but the safety just didn't roll over in time. There was just too much distance to cover.
Ahiato, the kick is up, and it's good. The Crusaders are on the board. 9:33 here in quarter number 2. St. John Bosco 21, St. Louis 7. Here at Hawaiian Airlines Field, Aloha Stadium. You're listening to ScoringLive.com.
With over 37 years of experience, Kuroda Auto Body in Waipio Gentry offers the best in technology and collision repair. Here at Kuroda Auto Body, we believe in the value of hard work and teamwork to ensure our customers leave with the satisfaction of a job well done. We wish the very best to all of the participating athletes across the state of Hawaii. Dream big and reach for the top. Kuroda Auto Body, where only the very best will do.
Now, and here they clouded on this side.
Welcome back to Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. St. Louis scores on a 30-yard touchdown pass by Tua Tagovailoa to Jimmy Nanuha in the back of the end zone. The Crusaders strike here at 9:33 in quarter number 2. St. John Bosco still leads here, 21-7. Ahiato will kick it in the back of the end zone, taken out at the 1-yard line. There's a big hole. He's going to be out to the 30. 45, 40, down to the 25-yard line. That was Joey Chinoworth getting the kick return all the way out to the 35-yard line. Apologies, we're getting the numbers correct.
34, I believe, for St. Louis, right? Noah, is it Alejado?
Alejado with the
rundown. Great effort. Great effort. Great effort. He did not give up and chase that kid down. Great effort. I tell you, you love seeing kids play that way. That gets coaches excited.
I'll tell you what gets other people excited. St. John Bosco right in business out of the 25-yard line. On that long kick return, what a big hole by the kick return team. McGrew, the single setback. Rosen back to pass. He's going to scramble out. He's going to slide down to about the 20-yard line. And that's Josh Rosen. He'll take the ball out to about the 21. The pickup of 4 yards on the play.
Was that 10 Tani out? Who was on the tackle then? Tani Allen?
It looked like Tani Tuifua. Tani Tuifua made the tackle. Rosen out of the gun, single step back McGrew. He's going to fake the handover. Actually, McGrew got the ball. He's out to the 15, stays on his feet, down to about the 10-yard line. I tell you what.
Love his running style.
His running style is he reminds me so much of, that low center of gravity, that real powerful, kind of like Darren Sproles, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. And just his twitch. As a coach, again, we're trying to evaluate guys. Does he have twitch? That kid, he has stop on the dime movement, twitch, and he's going to give you 2 shakes before he gets upfield. The kid he's a great runner.
2 wides to the top. Rosen fakes the handoff. He's looking out in the back of the end zone. He overthrows Gilbert. Good coverage by the St. Louis defense.
That was really good coverage. They had the windows closed, so Rosen really had nowhere else to throw the ball but over the top.
And that's a smart quarterback.
And that was smart, exactly right. If he tries to force that in there low, you could get a tip, an interception, something else in there.
Jedediah Lulu in coverage.
But credit St. Louis's coverage on that now. He did a good job.
Josh Rosen out of the gun. McGrew, the single setback. He's going to fake it. He's a quarterback draw. And that's Rosen scampering in. He dives over the pylon, runs over a man, a Crusader defender,
it's just
and
too
gets
much
into
weight.
The end zone.
That's not your normal quarterback.
No, it's not.
It's just too much weight. He's got length, he's got height, and then that's a little bit extra weight when he gets his head and lowers his shoulders there.
And Josh Rosen, the number 1 ranked quarterback in the country. Quarterback draw, design play, as we see. Siaki Alualu tries to make the tackle, but Josh Rosen able to get over the top and a touchdown. 27-7 Bosco.
And John Bosco's offensive line, Mark, is unbelievable. They are driving guys. They're driving St. Louis's defensive linemen 3 to 4 yards downfield on run plays now. I mean, they're getting that. Credit that one to their offensive line there.
Let me just mention that offensive line up front. You got Murphy, 6'3", 304. Matthew Smith, your smallest offensive lineman, 6'2", 270. Katnick, 6'4", your center now, 6'4", 316. Matthew Craig, 6'1", 316. And Zachary Robertson, the 4-star recruit, number 14, 330 pounds.
Unreal. Guy every down, right? St. Louis guys are fighting their tails off, but again, dimensions right now, they're just outsized a little bit on the line for sure. The average height and weight's probably 280. About 6'2" on average, right? You put in the 265.
I'm not really good at math.
Yeah, no, that's probably about 286, 6'2" and a half, 280, maybe the average. But run game.
And Chino were 65, or a little about a 60-yard return. So the kick will go to Cooey. Cooey will take it about the 5. He goes out to the 10, has some room, makes a man miss, shifty on the outside, gets to the 20, 25, makes the guy another miss. Another miss here, and he'll be tackled at about the 23-yard line.
Cooey runs his tail off, doesn't he?
He plays 110%.
He runs his tail off, man. And look, he could have easily gone out of bounds there. Gives you one more inside jump cut to get like maybe half a yard at the end, right?
And that's the guy you want.
Right here. Whoop. Okay, I'm going to try and get a little bit more. Look at that. I'm sorry. I guess our listeners don't see the same replay as we do.
We get to see the replay.
The scoreboard in stadium. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
28-7.
I'm describing ghosts to you.
28-7 St. John Bosco. St. Louis will have it. 1st and 10 at the 23. Tonga Vailoa will drop back to pass. He's going to take off. 30. He makes another guy miss. 40. 45. He lowers his shoulder and greets DJ Morgan, one of the top recruits in the country. Tua Tonga Vailoa, another guy who means business. I think this kid.
Love his swag. Let me tell you, love his swag. He says, you know, hey, I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to get downfield. And then at the end, I got something for you, too. I got a little have some right here.
28-yard scamper by Tua Tagovailoa and a first down for the Crusaders. 7:57 here to go. 28-7 St. John Bosco. Double wides to either side. Manolo the single setback. Tagovailoa will drop back to pass. He throws a bullet over the middle. And a great catch by number 20 for the Crusaders. That's Tua Algafa coming from the cornerback position and making the catch. Credit Tua Algafa and a bullet by Tua Tagovailoa. Great catch and a first down for the Crusaders.
Tua is trying to lead his team. I tell you, he has a different sense of energy, doesn't he?
He definitely. Tagovailoa kicks it out to the outside. And that's Ricardo Salas. He gets down to the 21-yard line.
Another first down.
And another first down for the Crusaders. The rhythm, you know, in all due respect, Ryder Coons
and he had
is
a good
great
drive.
Quarterback.
He is. And he had a good drive, had set up some rhythm. They just didn't finish at the end. And they got to start finishing drives.
And Tagovailoa did the same thing when he came in the second quarter against Mililani. They were down big, 28-7. Tagovailoa leads the charge back once again. Double wides to either side. Tagovailoa out of the gun. And the ball's loose. The ball is loose. And Manolo fumbles the ball. We got a penalty flag on a draw. Number 8. And that's Anesi with the recovery. Manolo fumbled the ball on the draw.
And then Tua actually went in there to get the fumble, which you don't like seeing your quarterback doing, for one. But he's such a tough-nosed player. He goes in there head first. And either they're going to pick this up or they're going to call him for like a helmet hit because he dove in there head first to get the ball.
And I think they're going to call the officials are definitely pointing in the direction of the helmet hit. Marshall Harvest, our head referee, and last weekend as well against Mililani, Tagovailoa led the drive. Cajon fumbled on the 1-yard line. And once again, we're looking at it, and he Manolo just fumbled the ball, and Tagovailoa did lead with his helmet.
Yeah, not intentional, I think.
Intentional.
He tried to get the football out.
He did.
Yeah, he just went down and went low to get the football. He didn't try to target somebody, I don't believe.
Well, Rosen will come back. McGrew, the single setback, trips to the bottom, tight end to the top. McGrew, and he will be tackled in the backfield, and a great play by the St. Louis Crusader defense. Making the tackle was number 90.
Josiah. Magalente Tonu, right?
I think
Josiah, number 90, yeah. So, I tell you, one of the very few times you saw a defender in the backfield.
And one of the few times you see McGrew get tackled
in the backfield.
In the backfield for a loss,
right?
A 5-yard loss.
Great job setting the edge. Great job getting downhill across the line of scrimmage.
Rosen out of the gun, trips to the bottom. He'll fake the handoff. We're going to look for that slip screen. That's number 12 with the catch. Berkeley Holman will get down to about the 44-yard line, 46-yard line in the slip screen, and a first down. Josh Rosen executes that to perfection.
And the line, they had their cut blocks down to the, timing was perfect. They got them down, quick slip, inside slip. Very great execution, very efficient.
In the tight formation, double wides to either side. Rosen, McGrew the single setback. Great protection up front. Rosen looking back to pass, fires a bullet, and that is caught. Kalen Franklin on the far sideline. He continued. I haven't seen a quarterback throw like this since Marcus Mariota.
No, he's just picking them apart. He looks like Aaron Rodgers, right? He looks like Marcus.
You do see his footwork.
His balance, his timing, his awareness, his read progression is very sharp. But I tell you what I don't like about St. Louis, Marcus, the proximity. The windows are too big. The windows in the secondary, the closest guy when someone's touching the ball is 5 yards away. You got to have better proximity in the secondary. You got to have better proximity. Defensively, you want to get your eyes back in the back, get your eyes on the quarterback. But when the windows are that wide open, he's gonna look really good. He's gonna look really good. You got to at least close those windows down and give him a challenge.
And it also starts with pressure up front, too.
Yeah, he's not getting pressure, but I'd like to see some improvement in secondary for sure, yeah.
Procedure penalty brings it back to the 37-yard line. Rosen once again, he'll fling it out to the outside, and that's dropped.
Got to get
that was across the line of scrimmage, or across the quarterback. It was still a forward pass.
Yeah. But we always tell our receivers, you let the referees determine that, and you tell the defense, let the referees. If that ball's on the ground and it looks lateral, you go get it. Let somebody else decide.
Let the referees decide.
To you, it's a live ball. But that's the same bubble screen to the outside.
Trips to the bottom. 5:55 here to go. St. John Bosco up 28-7. We're going to get a timeout here by the official.
I think it's a timeout by Coach Negro, is it? He's on the field.
Well, initially the head referee said official's timeout. I think it was they were looking at the play clock. The play clock was not set. Not quite sure what's going on here. We're waiting. 5:55 here to go. Quarter number 2. Bosco up 28-7. Once again, leading a drive is Josh Rosen. McGrew, the single setback, trips to the bottom. The drop back to pass. Looking through his progressions. Throws downfield. A wide open receiver. That's caught by Gilbert. Gilbert will get down to the 15-yard line. He sat in the zone. And the progressions by Josh Rosen, able to complete the pass, and another first down for Bosco.
Well, Coach Negro told us before the game, what did he say? One of the attributes of Josh Rosen, not just his physical dimensions, but I like this as a coach. He's a film junkie. He says, Coach, he's a film junkie. No question about it. When you got a film room guy with those mechanics and those tools, he's going to be fantastic.
Once again, McGrew up, bounces one into the outside, makes another miss. There's another man miss. He gets into the end zone. Hold on here. We got a penalty flag at the 10-yard line. When they throw that close to the line, you're going to get that holding call. And I think this one's going to come back. But the vision
of Sean McGrew, let me tell you, that kid. If you saw Sean McGrew in Safeway,
he'd be a normal guy to me.
Would you think like this kid can play? Right? No. I mean, you'd be like, hey, well, how you doing, man?
You would never have guessed.
Right? If you saw him in the grocery store.
No.
You put him in the pads and on the field, he's got some giddy up.
And
no question, right?
He is. I mean, once again, the number 3 rated running back in California. 154th in the nation.
That's saying something.
He's 5'7", 175 pounds. So once again, Rosen out of the gun. He'll look down and get some pressure up front. He's going to scamper outside. He's looking. He gets out of bounds and about the 19-yard line. He's going to scamper away. Good pursuit by Jedediah Lulu once again. Able to shed the block on the outside.
Really smart, too, right? I mean, just knows what he can get. Very calm about it. And I like how his receiver helped him out. And he came in and gave him a little block there in the end to protect him.
Jimmy Quimano on the pressure. Getting some pressure. We got second down and 13. I believe I thought it would be third down. Rosen will give the handoff, and that's a big hole. Number 22, that's Clifford Sims, who also plays linebacker on the defensive side. He gets a hole up to about the 6-yard line.
Looks like we're short.
You know, it was 2nd and 15 a play ago, and now it's third down. If I'm not mistaken, I thought it was 4th down on this play, but nonetheless, Bosco will have 3rd and about 2 yards. Rosen, Clifford Sims, the single set. He's going to keep this ball, and that's an easy pass at the end. Oh, and great play by Seaki Alualu, a touchdown-saving tackle.
Great tackle.
Jared Balter.
And that was the read option play-action pass. Okay, so he went through his read option progression, and the guy he pulled it from, the running back, is actually the one who runs in the flat and runs the out route. So gets the linebackers to all come up, pulls it, rolls, a little dump off for the end zone. Nicely designed play.
Split backs behind Rosen. Rosen calls the snaps, hands it off to Sims, and he will, not sure if he's sure, they're going to give him the touchdown. Bosco, Clifford Sims gets into the end zone, touchdown. St. John Bosco, we got a penalty flag. A little bit of extracurricular activities going down there, and a penalty flag will be thrown. See who it is against.
And we don't want to see any of that stuff. Obviously games like this can get a little bit chippy. Scores get away from you early. You want to see a lot of guys. You want to see the guys play with class and honor each other and honor the game the right way. And officials probably tell them the same thing. Like, hey guys, let's cut this stuff out and let's just play ball.
Do we get an official call here by Marshall Harvest yet?
No, here he is walking up right now. Personal foul. Okay, so if you're wondering why they're kicking from the same place, Coach Nago chose to enforce that on the kickoff. Or, Coach Cal.
Coach Cal Lee,
yeah,
he's going to enforce it on the kickoff, which is a smart move.
Yeah.
So Bosco scores on Clifford Sims' 1-yard scamper into the end zone. Bosco up 35-7 with 4:19 here in quarter number 2. We're going to keep it right here as St. Louis trails by 28. But I also want to let you know it is a great day to be a Crusader. St. Louis School, a safe and secure campus, small class sizes, old school traditions, morals, and values of education, a college prep environment offering honors, AP classes, trial law, engineering, and robotics. Over $2 million in college scholarships awarded to last year's graduating class, and over 10,000 hours of community service annually. Why look anywhere else? Call us today, 739-4832. St. Louis School, Crusader Strong. So once again, 4:19, 35-7, St. John Bosco. If you just joined us, ScoringLive.com, streaming around the world. St. John Bosco Braves fans, thank you for tuning in. I'm glad we could have it for you here tonight at Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. You can check out all the action on ScoringLive.com. Scores, updates, stats. If you're Hawaii fans out there, we have it all. ScoringLive.com. Eric Daniels kicking the ball up from right to left after the penalty. And St. Louis, that looks like Cash Searle. We'll get it out to about the 30-yard line. And that was awfully close to a late hit. He stepped out, number 28.
Yeah, it just looked like a lot of momentum.
Say Tua Le foul. Momentum carries it. Normally,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm always a fan. You hit that white, you hit that out of bounds area in that white. You got to hands off.
Yeah.
It's always it's kind of hard, but you're going full blast. So what can you do, right?
Yeah, sometimes and actually it was the Bosco kid caught him from behind, so it wasn't like it was late hit from the front or he was chasing him, and it looked like momentum.
So trips to the top, single receiver to the bottom. Once again, that's Tonga Vailoa looking back to pass. He finds an open receiver. Nunuha gets out. He's still on his feet. And great job of
great read.
And he, like you said, great read as well.
Great read. Great progression. Way to get through there because Bosco now is in a 3-man front and they dropped everybody else.
Oh, okay? Yeah.
So they went, they had 3 rushing, dropped 4 behind them. In the linebackers, and then had the second level drop 3 in the back. Here, and they're going to do it again here. Looks like they're prevent defense.
Empty set, Tonga Vailoa out of the gun. He's looking back to pass once again. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to run the ball. 40, 35. He lowers his shoulder and lays a boom on DJ Willis. This is one of the bigger linebackers on the St. John Bosco team. And no fear, Tua Tonga Vailoa lays a boom on the linebacker.
Actually, I believe that was Ray Michael, number 9 for Jim.
Michael Ray.
Michael
Ray, excuse me.
Yeah, for
nonetheless,
Bosco.
No fear and a first down for the Crusaders. So Tonga Vailoa out of the gun once again. Drops back to pass. Good protection up front. Going through his progressions. And almost intercepted.
I saw it coming. The safety had
Bryce
a bead.
Turner.
Yeah, Bryce
the
saw
safety.
it. He saw it all the way. He just didn't make the catch. But he probably read that ball about 12 yards away before he broke on it.
He's dropping back into cover. The speed on the you have that transition speed. You're backpedaling, and then you come up to closing speed. That closing speed is what you see out of these players from St. John Bosco.
Absolutely.
But Allen Cooey was open over the top of the safety. A little underthrown by Tongo Vailoa. Once again, empty set. Tongo Vailoa will come out of the gun, looking back to pass. Throws it out, and that's Rico Salas. He'll get out to about the 29-yard line, pick up about 4 yards. But positivity by the Crusaders offense. I mean, the ball is moving. They're doing their job. Simple plays. Tongo Vailoa leading them as well, going through his progressions.
Yeah, you know what I tell you, if you're evaluating, not to slight Ryder any. I mean, I think he's a great quarterback, and his fans probably wouldn't like me saying it, but, I mean, it looks like Tua has more of a command of the offense.
Tongo Vailoa.
And that's going to be a flag.
That's going to be a flag.
Yeah.
That is...
It's a defenseless receiver there.
Travion Beck, I mean, that ball was... First off, it was way overthrown. Travion Beck came in about...
Now we got a second flag, so there's two after the arguing. So 2 separate officials threw flags.
I'll tell you what.
So this ball could end up somewhere on the 3-yard line.
And Jason Negro is screaming. I mean, screaming at Travion Beck. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be it could be offsetting penalty. I don't know if St. Louis
said something in return.
But Travion Beck. I mean, that ball is.
It might be 2 enforced on them, unless they're going to walk this and walk it back.
Well, yeah, Travion Beck. He had some words, and now he's going to the official, and he doesn't need to say anything. He needs to just get back and play football.
Oh, so they only enforced 1 penalty.
They only enforced 1.
Okay.
Empty set. Tongo Vailoa out of the gun. Looking back to pass. Good protection up front. He throws the ball. Touchdown! Rico Salas making a great catch in the back of the end zone. Rico Salas. Touchdown Crusaders. Tongo Vailoa throwing the ball to Rico Salas and a touchdown.
Tongo Vailoa. Let me tell you, just the way the ball comes out, the speed, the release. Look at him here. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys can't see that, but just a tight spiral, nice mechanics, and again, if you're evaluating a 2-quarterback system, and you're looking at which one has the best command and moves the ball, and feels comfortable in there, running through the progressions, I'd have to give the nod to Tua. Not to slight Ryder. Ryder's a great player.
And Cal's. I asked him. I asked Cal and I asked Ron Lee. I said, hey, at what point, do you start making decisions? I mean, obviously, as of right now, if you evaluate, Tongo Vailoa has played better. I mean, he has. He has that extra ability to do something, and a lot of it has to do with his legs. He's able to run the football. His vision is incredible. Marcus Mariota, we were talking to him in the St. Louis camp, and talk about competitiveness. They were they had a little quarterback competition between the old St. Louis quarterbacks. Tongo Vailoa outthrows Mariota. Throws a 70-yard, bomb. Marcus, you could see him smile. Says, "Give me the football." He ends up throwing the ball farther, like 75, 80 yards. But it just goes to show that Tongo Vailoa, he is the future. He's only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore.
And we're going to be hearing a lot about all you mainland fans out there, and you're listening to this game. This is a kid that you're going to mark on your radar, and you're going to be hearing from Hawaii. Tua Tongo Vailoa, quarterback from St. Louis Crusaders. He is the future for this Crusader football team. And, they could have scored in that other drive. I mean, this game, could have been a little bit closer. We could have had a 28-21 football game.
That's right. If they fumbled on the draw play, no question. It could have been a lot closer.
But 2:52 here to go in the second quarter. St. John Bosco up 35-14. Noah Alejado will kick the ball from left to right on your screen. He will boot this one.
It's a
all the way
nice
to the
kick.
back. Nice kick. He'll take it. It's supposed to be a touchback.
Yeah, it's not NFL. So as soon as it crosses the goal line.
And that's huge.
But Bosco's receiver looked at the official like, "You're not going to blow the whistle? I'm going to run." Did you see that? He took the ball. He's like, "Okay, I'm out of here."
And you know what's even more impressive so far as a Crusader fan? The protection. We haven't had a sack here tonight. The protection up front. We talk about this Bosco offensive line. The Crusaders offensive line has given plenty of time to both Tonga Vailoa and as well as Ryder Coons.
They're doing a great job. And that on the other side, the flip side of that too, is that Coach Negro talked about. I think that's where their biggest loss on defense was last year.
It was
the senior defensive front, right? That graduated, right?
Rose.
And we got an encroachment.
That was Makoa Chapa, 5'10", 240-pound senior, 2013 BIIF Defensive Player of the Year in Division II, making his way to St. Louis. So Josh Rosen, double Y's to either side after the encroachment penalty. McGrew on the draw. McGrew go at the 35. He's at the 40. 45 makes another guy miss. He's still on his feet. Down to about the 50-yard line.
Kid.
He is tough.
Let me tell you now, and I do have a little bit of coaching experience in the college level. I don't care what college. You want a kid like that on your team. I don't care about his dimensions. However, that would be the only drawback for big schools looking at him would be his size. But the kid is a player. He can help you.
And he's only a junior. I mean, he has some time to grow.
Oh, we got another flag. He'll help you win games. I don't care what level you're at.
I finally thought of the name that really reminded me of a running back that kind of not necessarily has a size, but has that vision and able to keep his feet. Toby Gerhardt. Used to play at Stanford.
Yeah. Well, Toby's a big kid.
Well, Toby's
thick.
230 pounds. That's the only difference. But if you look at
the way they run,
the
running
McGrew,
style,
he's short, he's thick, he's got big legs.
I like how his running, his lean, his running form. I mean, his shiftiness. He's a player.
So for the bottom of the screen, right to left, 3 receivers to the bottom, single receiver up top. Rosen will drop back to pass. Overthrows. That was Sean McGrew on the outside on the flat. Good pressure on the outside.
Yeah, another good job by Josiah, number 90 for St. Louis. Josiah Tonu. Yeah, it's second time he gets in the backfield untouched, and with his length, he was able to get his hands up, and you see the ball, had to get over him.
And Rosen's a tall. He's 6'4". Trips to the bottom. He fakes the handoff, looking through his progressions. He's going to throw it downfield. Open receiver down to about the 35-yard line. Sits in that zone. We have a man down at about the 42-yard line. That's a St. Louis Crusader.
67.
That's Clint Matthias. This is going to stop play here.
Oh, it looks like maybe ankle.
The chains are going to move. And a first down by Bosco.
Again, we talked about the proximity in the zone coverage, Mark. It's one thing to have zone, but if you're just sitting back there and the windows are so huge, it's just too easy. Josh, did you see his mechanics? His footwork is set up.
Doesn't he remind you of Peyton?
Yeah, his setup, definitely. His shoulder turn, his balance of his feet right before he releases the ball. I mean, that's advanced now for high school.
and even to be, even to go through progressions, that is advanced stuff. I mean,
like Coach said, he's a film junkie. He's in the room watching film. The great ones watch film.
Number 1 quarterback in the country, folks. California, you already know about him, but if you're here in Hawaii and you're watching this game here tonight, Josh Rosen, 6'4", 210-pound senior. He threw for 3,200 yards last year, 39 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
And
went 16-0. And
I believe for his career up before this game was 5,000 something total, or 61 touchdowns, right?
And check this and 61. Check this out. A completion rate of 69%, Coach. How does that make you feel as a coach when your quarterback completes 69% of his passes?
And let's give some credit to the coaches. Obviously, Coach Negro has some great coaches. The quarterback coach or his tutor, I'm pretty sure he probably works with a tutor somewhere. All the kids are doing that now, especially in California. They have done a good job with it. I mean, we have a great tutor here in Hawaii with quarterbacks, Vinny Passes, who happens to be on the coaching staff for St. Louis.
And has went to the Manning Academy.
That's right.
This past year.
Another great tutor, and does his free camps or does his camps, quarterback camps, does a great job with quarterbacks. When the kids take the coaching and execute it on the field, like you said, it makes the coaches very proud.
Bosco coming out in the empty set. Josh Rosen, as we mentioned. Quarterback will be out of the gun. Empty set. He'll go back to pass. Plenty of time to throw the football. He throws down the middle. Great catch and speed coming up about the 13-yard line. That was Jared Harrell. Now, talking to Coach before the game, You know, talking to Coach Negro, what is the guys to look for on the receiving corps? Jared Harrell is a guy that has speed. He runs a 4.4 40. He can jump 36 inches. I mean, he's only a junior and playing his first time on the offensive side of the ball.
Got a new formation, a little bunch out of trips, one back.
Bunch out of trips, as you mentioned. Rosen out of the gun. He's going to pass this out there. Number 24, he'll get up to the 5 and touchdown.
And we got a flag.
Devin
Might be
Fleming.
holding out there. Let's see. Both. So they got bunch formation so they can draw the corner and that safety a little bit closer in the backer, so when they throw the bubble, they can engage quicker and get on their blocks quicker, so you can have so the runner can make a committed move quicker, right? Make a decision. But it looks like maybe they were a little aggressive with the block. Let's see.
Devin Fleming, he scampered into the end zone. He had the catch at about the 10-yard line, as you mentioned, in that trips formation. Or that bunch. Yeah, so you have holding.
Yep.
Now,
that was out on the perimeter, so
and
that was the
sometimes,
receiver.
you know, receivers, they get locked up, and we get a chance to look at the replay. You can't see it. There's definitely right there, and that was number 7. That's Anselm Ume, who had the holding call. It was the right call on the far sideline of the judge. He makes the call. He'll push it back. And we got an unsportsmanlike conduct on top of that. I'm not quite. I didn't see the flag, but on top of that, that's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Now, did he call it on the sideline or a player on the field that might have maybe verbally spouted something? We can't tell. Coach Negro is on the field asking for an explanation.
And this year in Hawaii High School, I'm not quite sure how in California. This year, the referee has the option
to tell you
the number on the PA system.
On the PA system. To identify the player who was penalized.
Yes, correct. And that's a new rule change here in Hawaii. Rod York loved that against St. Louis. We saw that the other night. Rod was absolutely loving it because the number was announced. And, you know, he's going to, when he gets his player near him, he's not going to say happy birthday.
Oh, no question. I mean, because we're for years, right, 23 years of coaching, I'm saying, on who? Give me a number. On who? Give me a number. I'm saying that all the time.
Maybe up downs, maybe wind sprints.
And the players are hoping hopefully he doesn't get my number.
The famous line I bet you hear is, "Coach, it wasn't me."
Yeah, all the time.
So Josh Rosen, after an unsportsmanlike penalty call on top of the holding call that negated Devin Fleming's touchdown pass.
From the red zone to the punt zone.
Red zone to the punt zone
with no play run.
And they're telling him a piece of his mind. Negro doesn't like it. He's still arguing the call.
He might holding call, maybe, right? Maybe they argued the holding, which then topped on the sportsmanship.
And then topped on top of that. But nonetheless, we'll get another call. I didn't hear what he said. I'm not sure what Marshall Harvey said, head referee.
Yeah. That sounded like the guy in the drive-thru when you're trying to order some food. You don't understand what the heck is going on.
Did they kick out somebody?
Did it say 10? Number 10?
I'm not sure if they said they're going to.
There is no number 10 for Bosco.
No number 10. There's 10 for Kobe. We're still trying to sort this out. So play will resume. 1 minute, 1:43 here to go to quarter number 2. Bosco up 35-14. As Josh Rosen comes out of the gun. Empty set, getting a read from his players in different colored jerseys on the other side.
They have a neat system of signaling. Okay, so you got jerseys, different colored jerseys. I'll get to it after the play.
Rosen back to pass. He's got pressure up front. He's going to run the ball. He's going to throw it. And good defense. Great defense on the outside. And that was Ronson Timbreza doing a great job that was Algafa. Great coverage on top of the receiver. And even great pressure up front by Makoa Chapa along with Samuel Mapua coming up front and disrupting Josh Rosen's pass. We'll make it 2nd and 28, ball on the 30-yard line. Minute 36 here to go in quarter number 2. Bosco up 35-14. McGrew, the single setback. Oh, what a throw, and even better catch. There's a fumble on the field. St. Louis, and they're going to wave this off.
They're saying incomplete, that he did not take a step with a football move. Gosh, we got to see the replay. It's close.
It's close because I thought he had a couple of steps.
If he had a couple steps with possession, then you got to call it a fumble and a turnover here. But
and that was saying Jordan Harris made the reception.
Yeah.
And we're going to see the replay. We'll get a chance to take a look at it. Rosen, he threw it on a slant route. He took 3 steps. That's a fumble.
It's a fumble.
That is a
he had possession.
A bad call. He took about 3 or 4 steps with the football. He fumbled it. That was Jordan Harris. And that is a big break for Bosco as St. Louis recovered the ball. Rossington Breza jarred the ball loose. There's a draw play. Oh, and he gets hammered. And that was number 95, Samuel Mothua, absolutely hammers Sean McGraw. And that's the first time we saw McGraw
go backwards.
Really go backwards.
Yeah, usually he's falling forward on every run. He kind of got blindsided, almost a clothesline, from the side.
I mean, he got hammered.
Here it is. It looks like a boom.
Officials timeout. Oh, Samuel Mothua making his way into the game. Clint Matias.
So getting back to the signaling while we got some time here, what you see is a blue, a yellow, a red penny on the players. And the way they get their signals called in is one guy's in charge of the protection, one guy's in charge of signaling the receivers, and then to the quarterback and the backs.
Trips to the bottom. Bosco will go for it on 4th down. And a reverse. And that's Ume. Ume gets to the 10. 5. Touchdown. St. John Bosco. And they had guys, Jedediah Lua, Tui Fu in the backfield, able to almost come up with a tackle, but credit Anselm Ume coming on the end around and a touchdown for St. John Bosco with 54 seconds.
And on 4th down, you hate to see it, Mario. I tell you, that is that's one of those that just a dagger. You know, it's kind of it's hard to go into halftime and forget that one, but you would like to see. You got to stay home on defense. Somebody's got to set the edge on both sides. You got to stay home on defense.
I mean, I was expecting to see McGraw maybe on a handoff and run the clock out.
Yeah, the way they did it, too, was almost a Statue of Liberty reverse. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He fakes the pass, holds the ball out with his opposite hand, and the end around from the other side comes and grabs it, right?
And Anselm Ume, the 5'10", 175-pound junior, has big number 55 leading him. That's Matthew Katnick, 6'4", 316, making a block on Siaki Alu. Alu frees him up for the touchdown, 42-14. St. John Bosco. 54 seconds here to go in quarter number 2. I mean, 4th down and forever. 4th and 28 to be exact. And St. Louis gives up a big play to St. John Bosco. But 54 seconds here to go, Coach. 3 timeouts, run and shoot offense. Tonga Vailoa has been getting a good rhythm going.
Hey, you might as well work the offense and try and get something. Now, we were in this situation here with 21 seconds left in the half, and we scored on an 80-yard touchdown. You just never know. And so some people say, well, take a knee or – no, run the offense. Tua's doing great with the rhythm. Let him get a drive and see what you can do. This is practice time, too, now for the season, Mark. You want to practice 2-minute offense here.
And you got a tough ILH schedule. It doesn't get any easier for St. Louis.
Yeah, get some work in here before the half. Use the situations to benefit you for the future. Don't let a situation go. This is going to be a touchback. Oh, yep.
I'll tell you what, Friday night we'll be right back here as St. Louis will take on the defending state champions and the Punahou Buff and Blue. It'll be August 29th at Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. Nonetheless, 42-14, 54 seconds here to go in quarter number 2. Referee talks about, head referee Marshall Harvest talked to Coach Negro before the game. Hawaii State rules are in effect, so the 35-point mercy rule.
They talked about that. Yeah.
The running clock will be in effect if it gets to that point. But Tonga Vailoa will come out here, ball at the 20-yard line, double wides to either side. Tonga Vailoa out of the gun. Manola the single setback. We'll get a draw. Manola with the ball. He'll get out to the 25, 30.
Let's go.
Pick up a first down and on the ball, as you mentioned, Coach. That was Jared Silofau, the 5'9", 180-pound sophomore, picking up a first down. Spencer Johnson enters the game, number 18. Alec Cooey coming out of the game. 40 seconds ticking. Clock is ticking. 38, 37. Still ticking. 35, 34. Tagovailoa will hand it to Silofau once again. Silofau takes a pop.
It doesn't look like they have a true sense of urgency to actually run a 2-minute to score.
Manase Anesi with the
Let's
tackle.
go, get on the ball. For me, I'm thinking, let's go, get on the ball, get the next play call.
And with 3 timeouts, I just don't. I'm not.
It's just they're going to run it out. It's going to go down.
They're going to run it out. 7 seconds here to go. Tua Tagovailoa back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws it out on the outside. Spencer Johnson, great catch. He lowers his shoulder.
Time out.
Time is out. But after a 15-yard reception, Tagovailoa to Spencer Johnson. This will do it for the first half of play. St. John Bosco, the number 2 ranked team in the country, leading the St. Louis Crusaders 42-14. We'll be back with more. This is halftime. Thank you for joining us. We're here live on ScoringLive.com at Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. We'll take a break. We'll be back for halftime. 42-14, St. John Bosco leads St. Louis.
Scoring Live is your source for Hawaii high school athletics, bringing you all the action from the OIA, ILH, BIIF, KIF, and the MIL, with constantly updated scores, impacting photos, video highlights, game recaps, player features, and so much more. If you're looking for the best in high school sports, log on to ScoringLive.com. Scoring Live, your source for Hawaii high school athletics.
With over 37 years of experience, Kuroda Auto Body in Waipio Gentry offers the best in technology and collision repair. Here at Kuroda Auto Body, we believe in the value of hard work and teamwork to ensure our customers leave with the satisfaction of a job well done. We wish the very best to all of the participating athletes across the state of Hawaii. Dream big and reach for the top. Kuroda Auto Body, where only the very best will do.
Hawaii USA's Life Matters Award recognizes high school athletic teams that make positive changes in the life of individuals and organizations throughout Hawaii. Whether it's giving back to the community, serving as role models, inspiring others, or just lending a helping hand to those in need, your team members are actively living Hawaii USA's Life Matters brand. As a recipient of Hawaii's Life Matters Award, your team will be spotlighted for its Life Matters efforts. We will award $500 and a Life Matters Award trophy to the winning team's athletic department 3 times during the school year. Please share your team's Life Matters experience and nominate your team today at ScoringLive.com/Life Matters. That's ScoringLive.com/Life Matters for the Hawaii USA Life Matters Award.
Welcome back to halftime. 42-14, St. John Bosco leads here. We're going to be in halftime at Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. I'm Mark Veneri alongside Russell Valente, Director of Admissions for St. Louis High School, and a pleasure to have you on here tonight. And
pleasure to be here. Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
And so far, obviously not the exact results you'd want so far for the Crusaders, but Tell us what's going on. I mean, a lot of changes for the Crusaders and Crusader Nation. What's been the update for the St. Louis?
Well, we're real excited. A lot of changes in our school. We have a new assistant head of school, Sione Thompson, one of our graduates. A lot of exciting things. We have a lot of exciting new faculty that come in. But we're most excited about the guys that we've brought in. This year we had an increase in our enrollment, and we're very pleased. We had a great start of school. And we're just, we're happy where we're at now, and we're just looking forward to getting better.
And now, has things progressed? I know a lot of things are talking about shutting down the school, and monetary-wise, how has things been on the upswing? As you mentioned, a lot of things in the positive direction, a lot of things enrollment up, and a lot of donors coming back and giving to these kids. And St. Louis, as we know, tradition, 168 years, and it must feel good to see everything going in that positive light.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're 168 years old, and I think there's a lot of speculation on the financial part. I think we were in a position where we were trying to do a lot of things. We put up a brand new $14 million building. We were in the process of wanting to renovate our academic classrooms. And so simply what we did, we were able to team up with our Alumni Association. They were very generous with us. And to put together our resources to put us in a better financial loan position. But this summer thanks to a lot of our donors, we were able to renovate every classroom in our main high school building. About 22 classrooms this summer. We have new furniture coming in. We have a brand new weight room for our athletes. So we're excited about that, and there's a lot more good things to come. And I think our guys really appreciate it. They take good care of our facilities.
You mentioned donors and support. And, a school can't run without support, especially with tradition in Crusader Nation. And you talked about support being the key factor. What kind of support have you been getting outside in the community, not only just from alumni, but also the community around the Kaimaki area and people really saying, hey, we got to keep tradition alive here in Kalaipohaku?
Oh, sure. We can't talk about, the success that we've had as a single gender school without talking about our Sister School Sacred Hearts Academy, and they've been very supportive of us as well. But the community has really embraced our students in our school. We try to go out and do things for the community. Our students all do community service work. In fact, each year, we do over 10,000 hours of community service, we take a day and we go out with our entire school to do community service, and not only in the Kaimaki area, but we reach out to various venues, and we like doing that as part of who we are. We like to be a very well-balanced school. We want our young men to not only do well academically, but we feel balance is real important, and certainly giving back to the community.
And turning boys into men.
Oh, absolutely, man. I tell you, that's exciting. Our tagline is boys who want to change the world become the men who do, and that's really what we strive on doing.
Well, we definitely appreciate all you're doing for Crusader Nation and what you're doing. And of course, Coach Cal Lee coming back to Kalaipohaku means a lot to the community. And, hopefully we get a better football game in the second half.
Well, I'll tell you what,
they've been doing some good things out there, I'll tell you.
We're proud of our guys. You take a couple key things away. Our offensive side, we've been moving the ball. We've been doing some good things. This is a team that we were told ranked, number 2 in the nation. But you got to be proud of our guys and the effort that they're putting in. And I'll tell you what, we look forward to the second half. I think they'll come out fighting and believing that they can play with these guys.
And there's definitely always a fight in the Crusaders, so they ain't going to go down without a fight.
Well, and it's a brother all-boy Catholic school from California, so we and our guys are up for the challenge.
Awesome. Well, I'm talking with Russell Valente. We thank you for joining us, Director of Admissions.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And we obviously want prosperous and good things to happen for Crusader Nation, and we appreciate all your hard work.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for having us on here tonight.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more stats, scores around the state. 6:46 here left to go in the halftime show. Here we go. St. John Bosco 42, St. Louis 14. We'll be back with more in about 30 seconds here at Hawaiian Airlines Field in Aloha Stadium.
Hawaii USA's Life Matters Award recognizes high school athletic teams that make positive changes in the life of individuals and organizations throughout Hawaii. Whether it's giving back to the community, serving as role models, inspiring others, or just lending a helping hand to those in need, your team members are actively living Hawaii USA's Life Matters brand. As a recipient of Hawaii's Life Matters Award, your team will be spotlighted for its Life Matters efforts. We will award $500 and a Life Matters Award trophy to the winning team's athletic department 3 times during the school year. Please share your team's Life Matters experience and nominate your team today at ScoringLive.com/Life Matters. That's ScoringLive.com/Life Matters for the Hawaii USA Life Matters Award.
Scoring Live is your source for Hawaii high school athletics, bringing you all the action from the OIA, ILH, BIIF, KIF, and the MIL, with constantly updated scores, impacting photos, video highlights, game recaps, player features, and so much more. If you're looking for the best in high school sports, log on to ScoringLive.com. Scoring Live, your source for Hawaii high school athletics.
With over 37 years of experience, Kuroda Auto Body in Waipio Gentry offers the best in technology and collision repair. Here at Kuroda Auto Body, we believe in the value of hard work and teamwork to ensure our customers leave with the satisfaction of a job well done. We wish the very best to all of the participating athletes across the state of Hawaii. Dream big and reach for the top. Kuroda Auto Body, where only the very best will do.
Welcome back to Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. We're at halftime. St. John Bosco 42, St. Louis 14. Mark Veneri alongside Arnold Martinez. Coach, we're looking at here some scores. We'll update you Hawaii fans here with some scores across the state. What do you have here?
We'll give you some updates here coming from all the other games. Out in Hawaii Kai, Waianae 17, Kaiser 7, and that's 7 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. So close from there. Second quarter with 7 minutes remaining. Out in Eva, Campbell is up 7 to Moanalua 6. Second quarter, 10 minutes remaining. Kahuku versus Waipahu. Kahuku up 51, Waipahu 0. And at halftime, you know our game, 42-14. First quarter, Lelehua versus McKinley. It is 6-0 in favor of the Mules. Lelehua is up. And first quarter, with 2 minutes remaining, Radford is up by 2 points, 8-6 versus Roosevelt. And then Outer Islands, halftime, Lahaina Luna, 28, Kinke Kaolike is 7 points. So there are your scores from around the state.
And here we are, 42-14, St. Louis trailing St. John Bosco. St. John Bosco, the number 2 ranked team in the country. Coach, we'll get your analysis. You're the guy who's been down there. Let's look at some stats, too, while we have them, actually. Here tonight, so far, Josh Rosen, 13 of 21, 200 yards passing.
Yeah, no question. Josh Rosen, obviously, he's back there, getting his mechanics down. First real game, first real contact for them. So this is, in essence, they had a scrimmage. Oh, no, they didn't even have a scrimmage, I believe, because this is their 0-0 week in CIF. So this is the first contact they can have with an opponent. And, so working out some kinks, but I tell you what, they look pretty dang good. Sean McGrew, rushing yards, he had 11 rushes for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. And receiving, their leading receiver, well, they're pretty much balanced, 3-2, but Gilbert has 3 catches, 46 yards, and Ume has 2 receptions for 52 yards, 0 TDs on receiving. So all their touchdowns here came from rushing. So St. Louis, I'm going to let you go ahead and you want to do the St. Louis stats?
Sure, no problem. St. Louis, Tua Tagovailoa, 8 of 10, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns, once again sparking the Crusader offense. Ryder Coons, 7 of 15, 50 yards. Jimmy Nanuha with that great catch in the back of the end zone, 3 catches, 64 yards. And, Coach, if you're Cal Lee,
yeah,
you're going into halftime here.
Yep.
You're down 42-14 and the number 2 ranked team in the country. A lot of positives you can take.
Sure.
The offensive line has been doing a great job moving the football.
Yep.
I mean, what can you say if you're in there?
Well, obviously you want to build up the positive psychologically. You can clean up some things and mention some things that maybe they didn't execute the right way. But for me, down this score, then mentally I want to build my guys up. I want to say, hey, listen, okay, so what? Things didn't go our way so far in some areas, but we executed in this, and this very well. So let's focus on that and let's build off that. Now, let's clean up all those other things, okay, to go along with it. But we're not out of the game. I mean, you're never really out of the game. And we've seen them come back and they're tough. Physically, they're doing well with the matchup up front. They're giving protection to the quarterback, whether it be Tua or Ryder in there. We haven't had any big-time sacks. We haven't had a lot of leakage in the middle. So they're doing a good job there. Defensively, we got to clean some things up. Obviously, Josh Rosen is having an easy time sitting back there with a lot of time able to pick them apart. So you got to think of it one way on defense, okay? If I don't put pressure on him, he's going to pick us apart. Okay, so if I sit back there and say, okay, I'm only going to rush 4, but my gaps and my windows are so big that he could just have a free reign and pass it to whoever he wants to, well, that's not. So maybe you see them trying to do a little bit more things with a pressure package this half. Throw some different looks at him. You can't just let it be that easy for him, right? You got to disguise some coverages, show some different pre-snap looks. That's what I probably would do. Give him some different pre-snap looks so that he can't really dial in what we're running defensively. And then, along with those disguises, throw in some nice, different pressures in there. So, just to mix it up. You got to mix it up. Give him something else to think about. Give him another factor.
And we're definitely getting some great analysis here. Coach Arnold Martinez, for you listeners out there in California, coached at Cal, played at Cal, was a former Moanalua head coach here in Hawaii. You guys all know him very well. Myself, I've been around the game. My brother played football for the University of Hawaii. I understand what's going on there. I take here from halftime that this is sure the number 2 ranked team in the country. I mean, without a doubt, they look good. They look physical. I'd be interested to see, that ESPN game when they play Bishop Gorman. They travel to Bishop Gorman.
And what game is that into the season on their schedule? What number game would that be?
They play Gorman September 26th.
So how many?
On ESPN.
1, 2, 3. So 4 games. So imagine how good they're going to be at that point. Because a team like this only is going to get better week by week.
They're only going to get better.
And so is St. Louis. They're going to get better week by week as well.
And I'll tell you what, your Cal Lee decisions are going to have to be. Next week they play Punahou. They're the defending state champs.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to?
If I was a gambling man, which I'm not, got this. Don't gamble further. I don't like losing my money. But however, I would put my investment on Tua. I would put my investment on Tua. I mean, if I'm going to evaluate off of this game, again, and it's not the slight Ryder. Ryder's a great quarterback. Ryder could start here. He could start at a number of schools on the island, right? But this kid is coming out of nowhere, Tua, as a sophomore, right?
He's a sophomore. I'll tell you what, he looks just as impressive as number 1 quarterback in the country in Josh Rosen. I think the only difference with Josh Rosen is his uncanny, I guess you could say his intangibles, his ability to read defenses, his ability to check down his routes,
his patience in the pocket.
There's so many. We're seeing people out here. If you're listening, you're seeing advanced play at quarterback.
At the quarterback position, no question about it. He's they got something special, and Coach Negro said it. He's every bit of what the coach is now. There's no surprise now after seeing him in pregame, seeing him execute this first half as to why he has an offer from every BCS school. It's amazing he committed early to UCLA. I guess he just wants to. We should have asked that question.
Well, did
he want to just stay home local? I mean, right?
I mean, you have your hand picking of any school that you want. UCLA is up on the upswing. Coach Jim Mora.
No question about it. A friend of mine, Jim Ulbricht's the D coordinator now, doing a great job. Jeff.
And Keenan Forney, I believe, or not Keenan Forney, Adrian Clem, former University UH, a part of the June Jones team. So Adrian Clem actually recruited Fred Uluperi to come play. Jeff Ulbricht recruited Isaac Savayanaya, who's playing
out of Iolani, right?
Out of Punahou.
Punahou, that's right.
So Josh Rosen is going to be teammates with Fred Uluperi next year, as they're both a 2015 class. So they're both going to be enrolled.
And Josh is actually, like I said earlier in the pregame, he's leaving mid-year. He's done.
December. He's
December.
Done.
He's going to play the football season, try and repeat as national champ, get a state champ. And then that last game is December. That's probably the end of school for him.
4.3 GPA.
Right.
So when you have a cumulative GPA over 4.0, it's normally one
because you had to take in honors classes
and
to get the extra. Yeah, to get the extra points. And I tell you what, let this be a lesson to all the parents out there listening or players. If you're a player listening, I've stressed it all my career. You cannot talk about grades enough. If you have to have the grades, you can have all the physical tools, but if you're not getting it done in the classroom, you're not going to get that free education that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the other thing is, when you're a better student, you're a better athlete when you play.
Exactly.
You know, you diagnose things quicker. Your brain works better. You know, you're in the game. You play faster because your mind is working faster. Guys, it's just not about how fast you run, how high you jump, but you got to get in the books. You got to train your brain.
Amen. Amen to that. Noah Alejado will kick the ball off right to left on your screen, 42-14, quarter number 3 underway here at Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. You're listening to ScoringLive.com. Mark Vaneri alongside Coach Arnold Martinez, and we are underway. Quarter number 3. Alejado will boot it in the back of the end zone, taking it at the 3-yard line. He's going to get... he gets hammered.
What a great wrap. Let me tell you, that is textbook. Low pad. You didn't use his head. Low wrap, pad level wins. You get the pad level down, you're going to win. And let me tell you, who was that for St. Louis? Is it 13? 30?
41, number 41. We're getting a number on that for St. Louis. Saole, Jalen Saole. You can't, that's a textbook
Textbook
tackle.
wrap up. Let me tell you, perfect way to tackle.
Well, if there's a spark here early, St. Louis has got one with that tackle. Once again, Josh Rosen will come out. The quarterback, McGrew, the single step back, double wides to the top, single receiver at the bottom. Ball on the 18-yard line. He will hand it off. No, Rosen will keep it. He'll try to get to the outside, and he gets tripped up. He had Green in front of him.
He was one Achilles away, right? One little tap on the foot away.
Jay Smalley with the tackle.
Great job.
Siaki Alualu was also there, but credit him to trip him up at the last minute. That's a pick of a first down. 11 yards on the pickup.
And again, that's a zone read. You know, if you're going to commit that much mark to the running back, you got to have a backer who's going to spill over the top.
And there's no backer
and there's no backer spilling over the top.
McGrew once again gets McGrew gets about 2 yards. Chase Smiley having a game for himself. Jay Smiley, 6 foot, 205-pound sophomore, first time playing on bars this year, doing a good job on the outside. And McGrew only able to pick up 3, but gets out to about the 33-yard line. So we got trips to the top, single receiver to the bottom. Josh Rosen, McGrew the single setback. And they're going to option. Rosen's going to keep it. Good job and you said it, that defensive end Keene, make sure he stays home. That linebacker slid over to Keon McGrew. Great job once again, Jay Smiley.
That was a lot better job there, definitely assignment-wise. So they just ran speed double option that time. No read, just a quick speed, and nowhere to run, really. Just try and get much you can in the middle. Better job defensively for St. Louis.
Double wide to the top, single receiver to the bottom. McGrew alongside Rosen, the quarterback, sends McGrew out in motion. Rosen back to pass, slant route right over the middle. That's complete for a first down. Siaki Alualu, Jedediah Lulu with the tackle.
Okay, let me tell you the adjustment that Coach Cal, or I don't know who's calling the plays, is. Who's the defense coordinator at St. Louis right now? Is it Coach Cal?
It's Coach Cal.
Okay, so his adjustment is that on that play, he went to a bare front and man coverage. Remember, we talked about proximity in the zone where the windows were too big. One way he could fix that is to lock it up. Go man.
McGrew gets a big hole. He breaks the tackle. He cuts it to the outside. One man to beat. He beats him. He's 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
This kid.
Sean McGrew scampers 45 yards into the end zone, coach, and a touchdown for Bosco.
Unreal. Like I said, I'm recruiting this kid. What did Coach Negro say? He ran a 10-600?
10-600.
I mean, my goodness. You saw when he got that space, that was it. Even if you had an angle on him, he was going to take the corner.
I mean, Siaki Alualu, he runs a 4.6, 4.7 40. He actually had a good angle on that.
Yeah.
But McGrew just outran him.
Yeah, no question. That's 10-6 speed right there on the edge.
You can't teach speed.
And initially, St. Louis, unfortunately, just didn't wrap up and tackle well. He had him dead to rights. The linebacker in the middle there slipped off his legs.
And that's driven Coach Cal nuts in the last in the Mililani game as well as through practice. A lot of arm tackling, simple wrap-ups, and a lot of it he's had to go into fundamentals, a lot of basics, and it's just it's been frustrating for him.
Yeah, as a coach, you can never. I mean, we spent you tackle every day in the off season.
That's what you spend the off season
for. And people say, "What are you talking about tackling in the off season?" No, there's a way to teach tackling by staying up in the off season, where you don't make contact, where you don't use your head. We have ways to do that. I won't give it to you as trade secrets, but we teach tackling technique year round. It's not just show up in the game and all this other stuff and you can tackle. You have to train to be a good tackler.
I was watching Hard Knocks the other night, and who's the coach for Atlanta?
Mike Smith.
Mike Smith, and he was so frustrated with the way his defense was tackling that he spent an hour worth, and we're talking the NFL level, an hour's worth of going over tackling all over again on Hard Knocks.
Absolutely.
And I won't mention the words that he said to his players who are getting paid millions of dollars, but at any level, it doesn't matter what level you're at.
Doesn't matter the level. On defense, here's my mantra on defense. Okay, you have a job. Number one, get the ball back. You got to get the ball back for the offense. Okay, that's your job. You do it with your eyes and your feet.
Cool, he fumbles the ball in the end zone. He's going to take it back. He's looking for a runner, looking for space. He'll get out to about the 8-yard line. He gets swallowed up by a plethora of white jerseys.
Getting back to it, you get the ball back on defense. You do it with your eyes and feet, Mark. And the name of the game on defense is tackling, not hitting. And I think what happens is kids think, I can just bump into you as hard as I can with my shoulder and I'm going to win that play. You're not. You're not going to knock Sean McGrew down.
Nope. You're not going to knock Josh Rosen down.
No, you got to wrap legs. Look at rugby players. They wrap. Because they don't have a helmet on their head, right? They wrap.
An empty set running clock here as St. John Bosco goes up 35. 49-14, 9:19 to go. Tua Tagovailoa will be the quarterback here to start the second half. He steps up in the pot. Great throw to the outside. Kobayashi makes a man miss, gets to the 24-yard line. But a great job by Tua Tagovailoa to recognize pressure on his backside, step up in the pocket.
From DJ Willis. For one of the first times, so now we saw an actual blitz package from Bosco here, Mark. So they brought DJ Willis off the edge on the outside. They ran a little twist, and he got through. So let's see if St. Louis's line can handle some of this different pressures, the different pressure looks.
Tua Tagovailoa on the gun, trips to the bottom. Great protection up front. He's going to throw over the top and almost interception. I think that they dropped back into coverage. He did not see Mikael Tolliver kind of sitting in that zone. You play that cover 3 on. It looked like they were playing the cover 3 on the near sideline, and Tagovailoa just didn't see him.
No, he thought he can drop it in that little window over the top, and
that pass was out to Alan Cooey, the slot receiver.
So what Bosco's doing is now they're lining up 3 in an odd front with a true nose, but every play one of the linebackers will come. So this time it's going to be DJ on a twist on the bottom there.
And that's Manolo. Manolo will get the handoff. He'll get out to about the 27-yard line, 28-yard line.
Okay, so next play is probably going to be number 9, Ray Michael at linebacker, coming in from the other side. If I got their pattern right. Yes, coaches, you want to try and find a pattern.
You're trying to find that pattern.
Yeah. Because that's what they did. They alternated the last 3 plays with that. So let's see if it stays true. Then that way St. Louis's coaches can call a play accordingly, right?
Running clock too, Coach. 7:37 here to go. Tua Tagovailoa out of the gun.
They bring DJ Willis again. There he is. Oh, and they had a look. They got there's
great
the hold.
Job.
It's going to come back, Mark.
It's going to come back, but great job by Tua Tagovailoa to make something happen. Pass was complete to the 48-yard line. That was Cash Searle, the senior, and that's going to be holding.
It's going to be holding on DJ Willis. So Willis ran the twist, the one they've been running this whole series, and alternating between him and number 9, Ray, from the opposite side. And DJ got through this time for Bosco, and then you could see a little pool on the end there, and that's when Marsh.
I was able to watch that play on the. I know exactly what you're talking about. On the pickup, Fred Uluperi picked up that defensive tackle rolling over to the right. Herbig missed Willis. Herbig on the inside. Herbig grabbed him, and that's where the hold was called. The holding was called. It was going to be initially a first down to the 48. Cash Searle caught it about the 48-yard line. Good job once again by Tagovailoa to escape the pressure. The penalty will be enforced. It's going to be about 3rd and make it a 20.
And that's
about a 3rd and 20?
Yeah, because that's 10 yards from the spot of the hole.
This is about 3rd and 20. Ball at the place at about the 14-yard line. Tonga Vailoa out of the gun. Trips to the top. He will look back to pass. Once a great protection
Great
up
step
front.
up.
And he ran out of bounds. That was Drew Kobayashi. There was some pushing and shoving on the far sideline. But give credit. Travion Beck was in coverage.
Yeah,
he went step for step.
Absolutely.
And Drew Kobayashi.
And for the corners, a lot of times you can make that guy get out of bounds just by working what we call for width and depth. Okay, so if I'm in that inside leverage position as the corner, I'm going to keep working for my receiver's outside shoulder upfield so he just drifts out of bounds. So now we don't allow him to have a place for the ball to land, right? So we tell him work width and depth when you get beaten on the fade.
Joey Chinoworth will be back to receive the punt. Hado gets the ball off. It's an end-over-end punt. And he's going to take the ball. That's a dangerous, but great job by Siaki Alualu to wrap him up at about the 48-yard line. And Bosco will have the ball at about the 47-yard line. Running clock here, 6:12 to go. And counting, 49-14 is your score. St. John Bosco up on St. Louis as the running clock is enforced. The Hawaii State rules, 35 points is the mercy rule in the running clock. We're going to have Josh Rosen still in the game. No, we're going to see Quentin Davis, but we're still going to see Josh Rosen. Sean McGrew, the single setback, double wides to either side. Josh Rosen looking over the defense, making calls.
Look at him control the offense, get calmly up there, check into the right play that they want.
Under center, he drops back to pass. Easy throw over the middle. Number 7 with the completion. He makes a man miss. That's Ume. He gets to the outside, still on his feet. 30-25, Siaki Alualu with a touchdown saving tackle. I mean, able to keep his balance was Ansalem Ume, 5'10", 175-pound junior. A lot of these guys on the offensive side of the ball for St. John Bosco, first time playing. Actually, first time starting, I should say.
Is that right?
They've been playing, but a lot of these guys, Ume.
Well, look at Josh Rosen's composure, though. See, he sees the alignment, and he sees that by alignment, his inside receiver has leverage for a slant, and just throws the slant.
Trips to the top. He's looking for his receiver. What a throw on the outside.
7 route. Oh!
Drops the ball. That's number 19.
Great ball, too. On a 7 route.
Joey Chinoworth on a post corner.
Post corner, 7 route from the inside receiver who's matched up on the linebacker. Well, we talked about that earlier when St. Louis ran the same play. You want this matchup, Mark, where you're running a post corner and you got the inside guy chasing them.
Chinoworth is going to want that back. But I'll tell you what, even better composure by Josh Rosen as Keone Peneku along with Jedediah Lulu coming from blitzes. They showed about 6 or 7. Rosen back to pass.
Remember,
plenty of time. He checks down, and that was Christian Gilbert. He fired it a little too hard on the outstretched arms of Christian Gilbert, number 82.
And he had him open. But again, let's look at the adjustment by Coach Cowell. Again, we're going to bare front look. We're getting in a lot of man coverage now. But Josh is so smart. He's saying, okay, if you're going to be a man, I'll take whatever leverage you give me based on the alignment of my formation, my receivers.
Sean McGrew, the single setback, trips to the top. Josh Rosen out of the gun. And run that option. He'll pitch it out. McGrew wide open, 25-20. Great block on the outside. Makes a man miss. He'll power his way down to about the 10-yard line. He'll pick up a first down. They're going to mark it out at about the 13-yard line. That's going to move the chains. And Keone Peneku knocks him out of bounds. But before, that was Sean McGrew making a great job of powering his way. Keep in mind, last year he ran for 203 carries, 2,076 yards, 21 touchdowns. He was only a sophomore last year.
Unreal, right?
2,000 yards in 16 games of work, averaging almost 140 yards. Rosen, nice hit. And that is a bang, but they're going to call the flag.
They're going to go ahead and say he's early. It was a post wheel route, so they let Sean run a wheel from the backfield. The number 1 receiver into the boundary, the short side of the field, runs a quick post or slant, right? And then they run a wheel behind it. And if that backer jumps the wheel, Mark, then you got the window open for the post. And he threw it, but it just looked like a little bit early contact is what they're calling, right?
Jordan Harris was the intended receiver. Ronson Timbreza, the cornerback. Coach, I have to say, I thought it was bang, bang.
Yeah, it looked like boom, right? Like right there. If anything, gosh, we're kind of way up here high. If anything, it might have been, what, half a second early.
Well, Rosen, Anesi will be the single setback. Rosen back to pass. He fires it out into in the flats, like you said. Number 24, David Fleming, the intended receiver.
And good coverage by St. Louis secondary there.
That was Algafa, the 6'1", 205-pound senior. Great coverage on the outside. Michael Ray will be the running back, the 5'11", 210 running back.
In these situations, you want to see, okay, watch the leverage mark of the defense. Are they going to line up head up, inside or outside shade, and how far off the ball? Josh is probably thinking the same thing right here.
Double wide to either side, Rosen on a blitz, and he'll have to get rid of it. Credit St. Louis defense. Michael Ray, the intended receiver. That was Siaki Alualu, or excuse me, that was number 8, Tani Tuifua, coming in up the middle, an untouched blitz. No one picking him up. This will be 3rd down and goal.
We talked about it earlier. Change the looks. Make it a little difficult. Don't keep it vanilla. At this point, you got nothing to lose. Disguise the front. Change the look.
Rosen back to pass.
Screen.
He looks. There's a slip screen. And he'll dance at the end. That's David Fleming, number 24, on a slip screen, as you said. A touchdown. Great play call in the end zone. And even better throw. I tell you what, Josh Rosen runs that play to perfection, looking backside first.
Absolutely. And
then comes back to the slip screen on the outside.
Absolutely.
And a touchdown and a great throw by Rosen.
We saw, again, Chip Kelly with Shady McCoy do it the other night. Nick Foles came off one way. He showed bubble one side, came back, flipped around, threw to the Shady 22-yard touchdown. Let me tell you, what I really am impressed with, too, is the diversity of the offense. Coach Negro is doing a great job, or his coordinator. I talked about his install package in pregame on the field. I said, how are you with your install? He says, well, we pretty much got everything in because top to bottom we run the same system from JV. And that's what you should do. Your JV program has to run the same nomenclature, the same terminology, the same verbiage from the time they're a freshman by the time they leave, so that there is no gray area. Everyone knows how we're running things. Now, he says they had it all in. Well, shoot, this early, they haven't played a game. They're running slip screen, zone read, double option, inside power, inside roll, inside zone, outside zone. Their passing game is sophisticated. Well, I'm very impressed with the diversity of their package.
And basically, in a nutshell, Coach, they look like the national champions. I mean, they look like they're in midseason form. And this in no way, and for all you listeners out, discredits what St. Louis has also done tonight. They have done a lot of positives on offense, on the offensive side of the ball. Great protection up front, as we mentioned. And also, keep in mind, this, and Coach Cowley said this when he inherited this program, there is a lot of young guys on this football team. A lot of these guys are juniors and sophomores playing on the defensive side of the ball and just getting their first taste of varsity football.
They're cutting their teeth. And unfortunately, they're cutting their teeth against a national champion. So it's one of those things.
Great experience.
Yeah, you got to log this down and say, what did I learn from it? What did I learn? Everything is a learning experience.
And Cass Sherrill picks up the ball. He gets out to the – he was tripped up at the 35 by the place kicker.
Oh.
Cass Sherrill, if he stays on his feet, he's going dancing into the end zone.
Absolutely.
And that was Eric Daniels, the place kicker, who tripped them up.
And let me tell you now, that's the one in the film room. Right? We rewind that and say, okay, now, look who got you down. And so.
And it looks like we're going to see a new quarterback into the game. Or no, excuse me.
No, that's Tua.
That was Tua. Tua Tagovailoa is still in the game. And this is a good time to get some experience. I mean, still a number of the starters are in for St. John Bosco. Tua Tagovailoa trips to the bottom, single receiver up top. He'll hand this ball up. That's Manolo. He'll make a man miss. Spins off.
You had really great movement from the left side of St. Louis's line. They actually got great push, and they had the linebackers back about 5 yards.
This offensive line is impressive. They've gained plenty of time for
you're looking at they had great push, but the scraping ability from the outside linebacker to get back into the box, the speed to get back in, really made the play. But that front line did a good job there. Really.
They always say speed kills, right?
Absolutely.
Tagovailoa trips to the top. He'll fake the handoff, passes it out, and that's that Rico Salas, that's your clear case of trying to run with the ball.
Before you have it.
Before you have
That's
it.
right.
And he sat right down in that zone. He was open.
And then he took a look.
Nice throw by Tonga Vailoa. And that's going to do it for quarter number 3. 56-14. St. John Bosco up. We're going to start quarter number 4 here. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Thank you for joining us on ScoringLive.com. Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. We'll be back with the fourth quarter action.
Scoring Live is your source for Hawaii high school athletics, bringing you all the action from the OIA, ILH, BIIF, KIF, and the MIL, with constantly updated scores, impacting photos, video highlights, game recaps, player features, and so much more. If you're looking for the best in high school sports, log on to ScoringLive.com. Scoring Live, your source for Hawaii high school athletics.
With over 37 years of experience, Kuroda Auto Body in Waipio Gentry offers the best in technology and collision repair. Here at Kuroda Auto Body, we believe in the value of hard...
Welcome back. Quarter number 4. Mark Veneri alongside Arnold Martinez. Tonga Vailoa back-to-back. Drew Kobayashi completed the 42-yard line on the hook route. He'll be short of the first down. Out to about the 40. They're going to mark this at the 43-yard line. I think we're going to see the punt team. But 11:38 running clock. Running clock in effect for you California natives out there. If you're listening to this game, Hawaii State rules 35-point mercy rule. So the clock will be running here in the fourth quarter unless St. Louis scores 2 touchdowns or make that 3 touchdowns. Mark Veneri alongside Arnold Martinez. Alejado gets it off, kicks it away, takes a bounce to about the 27-yard line. Chinoworth was alone back receiving. But 56-14 on a running clock. This is fast here. Quarter number 4. Number 2 ranked St. John Bosco. 56. St. Louis 14.
And at this point, Mark, as a coach, I'm saying, both sides too. Whether you're up big or you're down big, you got to work on. You have to have goals for a game, and there's never wasted plays for me. Every play is an opportunity to get better at something. So they need to set some goals here for this next 10 minutes and run some guys and get some evaluation done of some players, That's what I would do.
And I think we're going to have a new quarterback into this game. This is Quentin Davis, the backup quarterback. He's going to keep it. He's going to get out to the 30-yard line, arm tackled. He gets out to the 40, down to about the 41-yard line.
Gives you a little bit more speed with the read option, right?
And he does. He showed some speed on the outside. Fakes the handoff to Clifford Sims, the running back.
And what great...
I was going to just say Tani Tuifua had him wrapped up in the backfield once again. Arm tackling has been a problem for the Crusaders, but a first down for St. John Bosco.
And this quarterback, what grade is he in, Mark? I didn't see.
Quentin Davis is a junior.
So
6'1", 200-pound junior.
He will be the heir apparent next year.
Handoff on the read option. That is number 16 for St. John Bosco. That's Terrence Beasley, 5'9", 150-pounder.
And look, line's back on the ball. They're ready to snap the ball. Ball's placed. When you run an offense like this, there's a lot of little tricks you want to do. For instance, any ball carrier, I taught it when we did it, was you don't get up and put the ball on the ground. You find the official in the middle of the field, give him the ball.
Quentin Davis back to back. He'll be wrapped up. And that is number, I'm trying to get a number on that. I believe is number 44 for St. Louis. That's Luke Cava, the sophomore, dropping back Quentin Davis for a loss. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the St. John Bosco Braves out of California.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mark, it looks like the entire offensive line is subbed out.
And a screen pass. Quentin Davis gets it out. Number 9 with the catch. He gets out to about the 50. He's going to be wrapped up. Number 9, Michael Ray. And he's going to get a first down. Great setup. And as you mentioned before as a coach, it's just You know, they just run everything to perfection. It's just execution. Trips to the bottom. That's a bunch formation. Quentin Davis, read option, gets it out.
And it's the same play.
That's
Bubble.
Kalen Franklin, bubble screen. Gets out to about the 48-yard line. He'll be dragged out of bounds.
And look, back on the ball, they're like a machine. And this is the second group, Mark. So, again, this is a testament to great coaching, great efficient coaching.
How's your second-string sophomore, Ben Holmes, your left guard, 6'3", 305 pounds. Wyatt Davis, sophomore, 6'3", 280 pounds. You got Tavita Moy out there, 6'2", 350. I mean, these are the backups, the second string for Bosco.
That's the future of the program right there.
The future of the program.
And let me tell you, they'll probably get a lot of experience this year because, you know, in the fourth quarter of games.
So Quentin Davis out of the gun. He'll hand it off. That'll be Michael Ray breaking a tackle, getting out to the 40 before being wrapped up and hit hard. By number 7, that's Ho'opili Kreutz, Elijah. His uncle, Olin Kreutz, center. Chicago Bears. His brother,
tough son of a gun.
His father is a tough son of a gun too. His classmates with my brother as well. Michael Ray gets up, 3rd and 1, ball placed at the 40. Quentin Davis back to pass, looking for a receiver. He's gonna take off and run. No, he decides to throw it, and it's almost intercepted. That's number 24, Kale Folefa Akau. He should have had that.
Had it right through his hands.
He had that right through his hands. As Quentin Davis, I thought, should have ran with the football. He did not tuck it.
He could have got it probably about 12-yard gain. But like I said, tips and overthrows.
Pet peeves.
Got to get those.
They're going to go for it here.
Got to get those.
They've gone for it on every 4th down here. Quentin Davis, the quarterback. He's going to hand off easy first down. He's at the 30. That's number 16 for St. John Bosco. That's Mike Terrence Beasley. He's going to make a cutback and get out to about the, I believe that's the 25-yard line, 24-yard line.
And they have not punted one time.
No, they have. They've gone for it on every
They've
4th
either
down.
gone for it on 4th down or they never been at 4th.
They even went for it on 4th and 28 and picked up a touchdown.
Absolutely.
6:21 and counting, 56-14 Bosco. Mercy rule in effect, trips to the bottom, Quentin Davis. Oh, Statue of Liberty, Terrence. Once again, he breaks the tackle out to the 15, down to the 10, dragging St. Louis defenders. That's Terrence Beasley. He gets out to about the 10-yard line. Statue of Liberty.
It looks like we got somebody down getting up slow.
It also becomes a concern, you know, with Coach Cal Lee. The starters are still in the game. You got Punahou next week in the ILH play, and that's obviously more important here in the state.
Sure.
When it comes to a point you take out your starters, maybe get some second-team reps.
That's what I was saying
Quentin
earlier.
Davis into the end zone, touchdown.
And
he gets popped. And
that was uncalled for.
It was uncalled for.
He was 10 yards, you know, he was 8 yards into the end zone.
That was John Kale laying a pop at the end.
Yeah. And it's going to be enforced on the kick. Here's the flags. 3 of them came out.
Yeah, St. John Bosco teammates rightfully so upset. And he took a lick in the back of the end zone. Quentin Davis. We see it on the replay here, Coach. And, I mean, that totally
uncalled for.
Definitely unnecessary. And, you know, Coach Cowley ain't going to be happy about that. That was dark
32,
Kale.
right? Yeah.
I mean, you just can't do that.
No. You know, you're down a lot. That just doesn't represent who you really are as a program, right?
No.
I mean, you know, and as coaches, you want to always represent, be honorable, and it doesn't represent. And, you know, maybe it's a mistake. He'll learn from it. And Coach will discipline him and make sure that he learns from it.
So the extra point, Eric Daniels, he's been busy here tonight. Kick is up, and it is good right down King Street, as we like to say here in Hawaii. 63-14, the number 2 ranked team in the country. St. John Bosco leads St. Louis. 5:36 on a running clock. And I know you got some scores for us here, Coach. In terms of your Hawaii fans here, got some updates.
Let's look at it. Final out in Hawaii Kai. Waianae up 26, Kaiser 7, and that is the final. The game is over. Halftime in Eva Beach. You got Campbell up 14-6 over Moanaloa. Third quarter with 9 minutes left. Kahuku is up 51, Waipahu 3. And obviously you know our score here. We have in the first quarter, no time. Lelahua is up 26, McKinley 0. Second quarter, Radford versus Roosevelt. Radford is up 15-6. And at halftime, still Lahaina Luna. Boy, it didn't seem like it had been at halftime for a while.
It seems like
maybe we haven't had updated score, but Lahaina Luna's 28, Kinke Kaulike is at 7 points.
St. Louis would like to thank our many donors tonight and the St. Louis Alumni Association for their continued support of our school and many programs. A 168-year legacy of success in developing men of character and educating the youth of Hawaii. So 168 years.
What a great tradition, right? And you know what? They're going to get this thing. I listened to Russell Valente talk there at halftime. Russell's a great man. They're going to get the thing turned around. And get that enrollment back up and start building. They have so many positive things happening for the school and the program right now, and you just hope that they attract more players. I mean, I think that's it. It's numbers, correct? It's tuition, not tuition, but it's numbers of the school, and they get that built back up, and they'll be going. But the facilities-wise, boy, they're building, right?
They are building.
Yeah.
I mean, if you the new weight room facility is, I mean, I had a chance to go look at it, and it's top notch. I mean, it is top notch. They deserved it. I mean, they've been lifting out of a tent, and I mean, before this, this facility was built, they were lifting out of tents. I mean, they had no machinery,
They had the bubble out there, right? The inflatable bubble or something. Yeah.
Coons will be back in the game. Out of the gun, throws the ball out. Nice. Oh no, that's going to be dropped. I thought that was caught on an out route.
Kind of low. Riders got to get a little warmed up
Colton
here.
Nisentimento, 5'11", 175-pound junior. And you know what? This is a perfect time, if you're Ryder Coons, to get some work.
Sure. Absolutely.
Obviously,
you can look at it one of two ways.
Yeah.
If you're a great player, you're going to take advantage of this time. If you sulk, oh boy, almost going to be. If you sulk and you feel sorry for yourself, you're not going to get better, right? And that goes for in life. I mean, I try to teach my son that all the time. He's a little guy in 4th grade. Hey, get better, learn from it, bounce back up, have some mental toughness, right? So he needs to, step in here and show how great he's a great player. He's a good quarterback. He can do it. He can execute out here.
William Cole was the defensive back for St. John Bosco, who almost came up with the interception. So trips to the near side. They're going to hand this one off. Making a couple men miss. And
nice.
That's going to be a first down. Tough running. Going to get a number. That's number 23, Jared Silofau, the 5'9", 180-pound sophomore. And when he's got him in this game, he's kind of added a little spark, the sophomore.
Sure, absolutely. A little bit of energy, right? And that's what you want to see, energy. And again, let's look at Ryder Coons in his body language. Give me some energy, Ryder, right? Go out there and show some energy, man. Uh-oh, bad snap.
Bad snap once again, Coons.
Set up.
A little extracurricular. But Ryder Coons, that's a bad snap, but give him credit to garner up the football and try to make the play of it.
Sure.
2:57 here to go. St. John Bosco up 63-14 on the running clock. In case you forgot, Mark Veneri alongside Coach Arnold Martinez. Just reminding you, we're doing this game live, ScoringLive.com. Ryder Coons fakes the handoff, gets it out on a slip screen. Nascimento with the catch. Makes a couple of people miss. He's going to be dragged back on the slip screen. Great play. That's number 59, I believe.
And what a great example defensively of staying home in your lanes, correct?
That's Curtis Hernandez.
He and the ball carrier ended up trying to cut back all the way across, and everybody stayed home on the backside.
And that's disciplined football.
Sure.
This is the second. Now remember, this second string has to emulate the best California teams in the country. So
as your scout team.
As your scout team. So they know what they're doing out there as well.
Absolutely.
So give them credit. Coons will come out of the gun, 3rd down, trips to the far side, gets it out. Spencer Johnson, the big tight end. And I really wish that we've seen more of it. Spencer Johnson last year had a number of great catches for the Crusaders out of that tight end position. He's a big target. He's 6'3", 230. And, in the run and shoot, you don't have a tight end. But
sure.
They're going to be punting this away. 1:34 on a running clock. Noah Alejado will punt it away. Running clock here, 63-14, St. John Bosco. The punt is off. That was a nice roll down to the 40. 38 London. That would be touched by St. Louis men. But
it looks like St. John may not even run a play here. We're under a minute and running.
Well, St. John Bosco, coach, will go to 1-0. St. Louis 0-2 on the year. St. Louis, for Hawaii fans, St. Louis will have to play Punahou here at the stadium next week, Friday. Punahou, the #1 ranked team in the state. Doesn't get any easier.
What you got to do is you got to get to work. You got to evaluate film. You got to watch film this week. You got you take the coaching, get better at it. Again, don't sulk. And get to work because you don't have too much time to feel sorry for yourself. Big Punahou's coming, right?
I mean, Punahou,
the Buff and Blues coming, right?
And they got a bunch of big boys as well.
That's right. We don't have a whole lot of time to hang around and hang our heads here. Let's get better. Don't worry about it. We're going to get better. We're going to grow. That's what I'm saying as a coach. We don't have time to feel sorry. There's no victims in this world, right?
Nope, not at all.
And we're going to come in here and we're going to play. We're not going to make excuses. And that's how you got to approach it.
3, 2, and 1. St. John Bosco, the #2 ranked team in the country, comes to Honolulu, Hawaii, and beats St. Louis High School, the #3 ranked team in the state, 63-14. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up at Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. This is Mark Veneri and Coach Arnold Martinez on ScoringLive.com. We'll be back to wrap things up.
Scoring Live is your source for Hawaii high school athletics, bringing you all the action from the OIA, ILH, BIIF, KIF, and the MIL, with constantly updated scores, impacting photos, video highlights, game recaps, player features, and so much more. If you're looking for the best in high school sports, log on to ScoringLive.com. Scoring Live, your source for Hawaii high school athletics.
With over 37 years of experience, Kuroda Auto Body in Waipio Gentry offers the best in technology and collision repair. Here at Kuroda Auto Body, we believe in the value of hard work and teamwork to ensure our customers leave with the satisfaction of a job well done. We wish the very best to all of the participating athletes across the state of Hawaii. Dream big and reach for the top. Kuroda Auto Body, where only the very best will do.
Welcome back. Final score, 63-14, St. John Bosco over the St. Louis Crusaders in Honolulu, Hawaii. Mark Veneri, Coach Arnold Martinez. And Coach, well, St. John Bosco, everything as advertised here tonight. The #2 ranked team in the country comes in tonight. Josh Rose, an impressive quarter. He threw for over 300 yards. #1 quarterback in the country.
Sure.
And, of course, Sean McGrew, the running back. And just an exceptional job.
Absolutely, let's give St. Louis a lot of props to, a lot of respect, because it's not so much that they got beat by, it's not like, they weren't playing against a juggernaut tonight, right? I mean, we got to give them some credit. They lined up and were physical and had some mishaps with some turnovers and not finishing drives and such, but, we're not taking away from St. Louis. St. Louis is going to be a great team this season, so I'm sure they're going to bounce back. Coach Kali knows what he's doing. Coach Ron Lee and that whole staff, Coach Vinny, they're going to get those guys right. They're going to evaluate, and I know they're going to come out tough, and they're going to have probably a really good game this coming week. But getting back, and that being said, let's look at what we just saw with John Bosco. My goodness, we saw a team who hadn't played a game yet, hadn't really scrimmaged. It's 0-0 week in California. Those guys just getting started in pads out there. They got an exemption to play this early game out here, right, by the CIF, and they are firing
on all cylinders.
Like it's mid-season right now, right? So how scary is that going to be if they continue to get better?
Well, I think it's just amazing the fact that we got to see an exceptional quarterback, exceptional running back, a program that all looks like the defending national champions. And thank you to all you fans out there in California. I know you guys were tuning in. We appreciate you listening. Congratulations and much success to your program as you go on to play in the CIF. Touching on St. Louis, well, the Crusaders, if you're a Crusader faithful, don't hang your heads. I'm telling you right now, do not hang your heads. You have a lot to be proud of. Your Crusader team, I believe, really did hang on. The score may not show it or be a reflection, but they definitely hung in there. Tua Tagovailoa, we have somewhat of a quarterback controversy. Tua Tagovailoa is everything. There's decisions
to be made. Absolutely, evaluations and decisions, and that's
who's
what the coaches do.
Who's going to give you the better chance to win the football game?
Well, and it's all fair and transparent. The way I would always approach it is this: look, we have an evaluation process. We grade them out. We grade them out by play, and we set a criteria. I'm sure Coach Vinny has, the quarterback coach, and Coach Ron Lee, the coordinator, has a criteria what they want to see. You give them a plus, you give them a minus. You find out the percentage and the level that they're playing, how efficient they're playing, and you say we're going to base our decision on this, and we're going to roll with this guy, right? And then so they'll go through that this week, I'm sure, and they'll come back this week against Punahou and give it a run. But let's say this now: St. Louis has had 2 weeks to prepare against really good programs, right? Mililani is stacked with some great talent this year, and they're going to be a powerhouse in the state. They just played the number 2, and that's debatable. They might be the number 1 team. We don't know. That's debatable, right? That's subjective. So they played the 1 or 2 team defending national champs, right? Now, again, that was last year, but in the nation. Imagine that's a learning experience Mark, that's priceless as a coach to me. That experience, those young guys who got to cut their teeth today against that type of talent, and that caliber of a program, that efficiency, man, that's only going to make them better. It's only going to make them better. And as you look to the other side, Punahou hasn't played a game.
No, they haven't.
You see what I'm saying? And so how do you get better not playing? You got to play to get better. You got to play to get better.
And you know what? A lot of things you can take from Crusader Nation, you got to give this time. Coach Cowley is coming back, and they also had guys out on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have their full squad against Punahou. I think Cowley will have things figured out, and I think they'll be ready to go. But here tonight, thank you, everybody listening, ScoringLive.com.
Thank you to the crew here at Scoring
Live. Thank you for the crew. We appreciate it.
All you guys are awesome.
Thank you. Hopefully there wasn't technical difficulties. I hope you were able to hear. I hope you were able to watch. Coach Arnold Martinez, it was a pleasure working with you tonight.
As always.
I've learned a lot. Thank you so much. We hope to see you back on the gridiron one of these days.
I'm sure God will open that door. I'm just on a little bit of a golf sabbatical.
we still got to get that rounded. Lunch.
Yeah, we got to get around it.
A little bit of lunch, maybe.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, final score here tonight: 63, number 2 ranked team in the country, St. John Bosco, over St. Louis 14. At Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. Check out all the scores, stats, videos, ScoringLive.com. I believe next week the Crusaders will take on the Punahou Buff and Blue here at Hawaiian Airlines Field at Aloha Stadium. Until then, I'm Mark Veneri for Coach Arnold Martinez. Good night and aloha.
Hawaii USA's Life Matters Award recognizes high school athletic teams that make positive changes in the life of individuals and organizations throughout Hawaii. Whether it's giving back to the community, serving as role models, inspiring others, or just lending a helping hand to those in need, your team members are actively living Hawaii USA's Life Matters brand. As a recipient of Hawaii's Life Matters Award, your team will be spotlighted for its Life Matters efforts. We will award $500 and a Life Matters Award trophy to the winning team's athletic department 3 times during the school year. Please share your team's Life Matters experience and nominate your team today at ScoringLive.com/Life Matters. That's ScoringLive.com/Life Matters for the Hawaii USA Life Matters Award.
Scoring Live is your source for Hawaii high school athletics, bringing you all the action from the OIA, ILH, BIIF, KIF, and the MIL, with constantly updated scores, impacting photos, video highlights, game recaps, player features, and so much more. If you're looking for the best in high school sports, log on to ScoringLive.com. Scoring Live, your source for Hawaii high school athletics.
With over 37 years of experience, Kuroda Auto Body in Waipio Gentry offers the best in technology and collision repair. Here at Kuroda Auto Body, we believe in the value of hard work and teamwork to ensure our customers leave with the satisfaction of a job well done. We wish the very best to all of the participating athletes across the state of Hawaii. Dream big and reach for the top. Kuroda Auto Body, where only the very best will do.
Hawaii USA's Life Matters Award recognizes high school athletic teams that make positive changes in the life of individuals and organizations throughout Hawaii. Whether it's giving back to the community, serving as role models, inspiring others, or just lending a helping hand to those in need, your team members are actively living Hawaii USA's Life Matters brand. As a recipient of Hawaii's Life Matters Award, your team will be spotlighted for its Life Matters efforts. We will award $500 and a Life Matters Award trophy to the winning team's athletic department 3 times during the school year. Please share your team's Life Matters experience and nominate your team today at ScoringLive.com/Life Matters. That's ScoringLive.com/Life Matters for the Hawaii USA Life Matters Award.
Scoring Live is your source for Hawaii high school athletics, bringing you all the action from the OIA, ILH, BIIF, KIF, and the MIL, with constantly updated scores, impacting photos, video.